How's it going, everybody? Welcome to our 10K Gauntlet. Woo! So we did it. We hit 10,000 subscribers. You know, it took just over 7 months to get the first 5,000 subscribers, and just about 7 weeks to get the next 5,000 subscribers. So that was awesome. Thanks to you guys and to everybody here, actually, at the table too, for helping us get there. So, yeah, super excited. And as promised, this is the sort of celebratory video that we're going to post up. So, in case you hadn't heard, this is the plan for our 10K celebration. The 5 of us, myself, Tori, Preston, Mr. Rogers, and Scott, who you have not met yet, and everyone will introduce themselves in a second. But we all basically picked...
You didn't use a pseudonym.
That's okay.
That's
Neither
okay.
did you.
Unless Preston is your pseudonym and you've been using that for us.
Wait, your real name is all these years?
Maybe I am my alter ego.
Everybody has chosen one of my previous, I guess, 35 builds that I've created. And we are playing as a team, as though we were in, I guess, an actual Dungeons & Dragons campaign, with a significant twist, being that Corey, our dungeon master, is going to pit us against a series of combats that we will be able to take a short rest between. But the idea was to try to see if we couldn't maybe replicate a little bit how these characters might perform in an actual game. Now, I have a feeling that the difficulty level of what we're going to be up against is not maybe super typical of what you might see in a typical game, but that's okay, because these characters are all heavily optimized. We do get some we'll talk about magic items in a minute.
Yep.
We are level 13, just so you know, and I really, for pretty much almost every situation, tried to stick to the character build as I presented it in the video originally, unless it was something like I was recommending that they take custom lineage and elven accuracy, which, as we all know, has sort of been poo-pooed upon to be rules as written.
Shame.
It was dubious.
Shame.
It was dubious anyway.
Shame!
I did make one small change to Tori's character. And maybe we'll talk about that.
Yep. Once we introduce
everybody. But that's it. So hope you guys enjoy it. We're super excited and very nervous about what's to come. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So
one more thing to note, actually, just so everybody at home knows, the party was given a total of 84,240 gold each
as level 13
characters, and that comes recommended from a forum user on some random forum known as Tank Schmidt, who kind of went through and crunched the numbers himself on how much an adventurer would get per level, and I kind of just agreed with it because I thought it looked pretty apt. So everybody got that amount for gear and potions, and obviously you can't buy magic items with that because rules as written, you can't really buy magic items. But they were able to buy a buttload of potions. So if you see them chugging an infinite amount of superior potions, which is 5,000 gold per potion, is what we ruled it as. That's the Adventure League rules. Right. So we went off that.
So which have 16.
Yeah.
If we burn through those, we're
something's
in
wrong. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the only other thing. We ready to get into it?
Yeah. Any house rules that we want to talk about? I mean, we're trying to do rules as written, as close to rules as written as possible, but
how are we doing
but maybe we
crits?
might want to tweak 1 or 2 things. I don't know. You tell us.
The way that we're going to handle crits is we are going to do maximum damage plus a dice roll for players and monsters alike. So it's more deadly, but I feel like it's more fun that way, and it kind of showcases a really cool moment. And then the only other thing is any spell that lasts for an hour or longer, the players are going to be able to use at the end of a long rest to kind of buff them, or short rest, sorry, to buff them up before the round begins.
Prep for the fight.
Yep, basically, there will be a preparation phase for the fight, but anything that's a minute or below 10 minutes is going to be, there's not enough time to really tell when the fight's going to begin, right. So if they want to keep casting it every minute, they can, but that just uses spell slots, right. So I wouldn't recommend it.
Healing potions, bonus action or action?
Bonus action.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I feel like you guys use your bonus actions enough that that's still punishing. So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, without any further preamble, unless you want,
short.
unless you have like
I've
10
got,
more
I've
minutes.
got 10 more minutes
notes,
worth of stuff, actually. Let me get my notes out.
Do you have like any members you want to thank or anything like that?
All of them. All of the members. Thank you, guys. And especially those who have joined and, pay for the monthly subscription.
Join the thing.
Yeah, there should be a button if you want to join. If you like this, I hope you'd consider doing it. There are 2 inexpensive options at the time of this recording, anyway, and both of them just really help us to kind of do what we do and hopefully be able to take it to the next level one day. So anyway, thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. You are all powerful adventurers in whatever realm this is. It has no name as far as anybody can know, but you've been here all along, and you've basically been the go-to heroes sought out for your prowess in combat. You've slain dragons, you've taken their hordes, you've wooed maidens or men. But that brings you to your latest quest. A mysterious figure has asked you to help him in slaying a great beast, and that brings you to the Smiling Dagger Tavern. Because why not? We're starting in a tavern. The smoke is thick in this tavern, the already dim light muted by the halflings partaking far too much of pipeweed in one corner. The bard has long since given up on trying to croak out a song, which is just as well as the grung has no good singing voice to begin with. Still, despite the cloudy atmosphere, the inn itself seems jovial enough, and it is easy to spot the mysterious figure in the corner, shrouded by a deep red cloak and seated at a table covered, like all the others, in a black cloth.
Is it Dr. Chaos?
We'll see who it is in just a moment. You offer him a drink as you come up, and to note, I'm kind of railroading you guys in the beginning here. Not my usual style, but we got a lot to get to tonight. You offer him a drink, he declines, saying he's not much for alcohol of any kind. I just come here for the breadsticks, he says with a chuckle. He offers you to sit down, and he refers to each of you by name. He already knows who you are, which isn't that uncommon for heroes of your caliber. He explains the situation, a half-hearted story about a dragon that has stolen a princess, but it is plain to see that he's lying. When you call him out on it, slamming your hands down on the table and standing up indignantly, he shrugs. Caught me. I've done this too many times, and it's hard to continue to stay fresh. As he says this, he pulls back his hood, revealing me. Then, in a single motion, I whip the cloth off the table, revealing a complex set of runes that flare to life and hold you in place. The truth is, my master requires entertainment. The old standbys aren't just doing it for him these days, so I'm hoping that you will be different. With that, the runes flash brightly, and the teleportation spell activates, pulling you into the table with a pop and sending you away. There are a few moments of silence as the enthralled patrons hope this is the last time they'll be used as backdrop in this wandering trap. But as Corey replaces the old cloth on the table, he calls out, "Let's reset, everyone. I've got a few more to do this evening, and someone, please bring me another order of breadsticks. I'm famished."
Nice.
So, when you come to, it is to the roar of a crowd, and you blink back the blackness from your eyes to find that you are standing in the center of a massive arena. Yeah, we're going to be adding in some effects at the end here. Hopefully anybody listening to this is actually hearing those effects. If not, I am terribly sorry.
Something has gone wrong.
Yep. It is at least it is just a huge arena of blood-stained sand, and it looks very grassy, but it's not.
It's just blood.
It's just easier to display. But above you, kind of surrounding you, thousands of goblins, hobgoblins, orcs, ogres, and even a few hill and stone giants occupy the stands, until their figures are so small that you cannot make them out. One figure you can make out is the gigantic ogre set on a dais at the center of the arena. Easily twice the size of any giant here, his bulbous body ripples as he pulls himself from his throne, revealing the purple, swirling tattoos that flare with magic even with the simple flex of his powerful muscles. A pair of deep, dangerous red eyes stare at each of you, determining your worth. You also notice several attendants, all beautiful elven men and women that look very subdued. One other figure, shrouded in a billowing red cloak, but easily recognizable, hey guys, rests in one of the corners of the dais, his head hung as he watches the spectacle. and then the crowd begins chanting, low at first, but picking up into a frenzy of voices until all you can hear is Ogma, 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 Ogma. And when the chanting reaches its peak, the ogre throws a hand, and the crowd instantly falls silent as he speaks. I am Ogma, God Emperor of the realm of Karnak, and the 1,000 hordes of the monstrous. You puny mortals are here to entertain my armies, inspiring them to new heights so our campaign into your world may begin. You will face my gauntlet, a series of challenges to test the might of your world so my army may see how pitiful you truly are. Defeat my gauntlet and best my champion, and you will be rewarded for your efforts. Refuse to participate, and my monsters will simply tear you apart. There is no escape from this arena. My magic will see to that. The only path forward is to fight. And as you kind of stretch out with your magical senses, those of you that have them, which I believe is all of you, I think you all have some form of magic, except for...
I'm partially hunter.
That's
so-
true. That's
Yep.
true. You've got
You
hunter
do
spells.
notice that this arena is warded to the nines. There is no stretch of this arena that allows you to teleport out of your sandy area. So you will not be able to move outside of the arena at all through any spell or means because Ogma does not will it. As you kind of look around, wondering what's going on, he goes, "But I am a generous god." He waves a hand, and purple energy streaks down from the dais and into the sand. A deep rumbling shakes you all for a few moments before racks of weapons, armor, and all sorts of magical items spring up from the sand, sending sprays of grit into the air. A small platform appears in the center of all of this, with a few steps raising it above the rest. Ogma returns to his seat as the cloaked figure steps forward, speaking up for the first time. The great Ogma grants you all 3 items from his personal armory. And you can tell that I am affecting a little bit of a C-3PO accent here, and that's on purpose. I gotta make my fun where I can. 1 marked on blue racks, and 2 marked on the green. When you step up onto the platform, you will announce your name and basically what you do, and tell Ogma that you're ready to die. You have about an hour. Good luck. So you guys can start picking magic items here. You get 1 rare item, 2 uncommon, and while you do that, we'll take a brief break for this short message from our friendly doctor.
It's no use. The adventurers are too powerful. What can one kobold do against such violence?
It sounds like you could use a little bit of help.
It's Dr. Chaos!
That's right, it's me, Dr. Chaos. And it sounds like you need a little something extra to help you fight those pesky heroes.
Yes, but how did you get in here?
Never mind that. What you need is a drink that is energizing and refreshing, as well as provides that extra oomph to kick those pests out of your dungeon.
I mean, you'd have to have teleported in here, right? Otherwise, you'd have to step right past the heroes to...
That's why I've created new Chaos X, a specialized potion formula designed to revitalize and add a bit of extra spice to your day.
Wow! Chaos X sounds amazing! I could use it to heal and teach those meddling adventurers who's boss!
Indeed. 1 drink is all you need to inject a bit of chaos into your veins. Now, go get 'em, Tiger.
Thanks, Chaos X.
Oh, by the gods!
Come here, you.
How could 1 kobold be so powerful? Game over, man. Game over.
Hey, get back here.
Chaos X. Purchase in bulk for your minions today.
Chaos X may cause hypertension, nausea, vomiting lava, blood boils, regular boils, lasting limb damage, tissue degradation, insatiable bloodlust, satiable bloodlust, disembowelment, impalement, random furry bits, messages from beyond, soul swapping, species changing, more vomiting and lava, spontaneous dismemberment, spontaneous pregnancy regardless of gender, rapid aging, de-aging, and runny nose. Do not use Chaos X if you are pregnant, as the effects may be transferred to your child. If you are currently taking anything from the plane of order, consult your priest before taking Chaos X. Dr. Chaos and Chaos X are trademarks of the Menron Corporation. If you experience any of these symptoms or any of the following, please contact your local cleric.
welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If not, sorry. But I think it's time for everybody to introduce who they will be playing today. As you finish up your magic items, Ogma pushes the magic armory back into the ground, and with another raise of his hand, the actual arena begins forming around you, creating what you see here, which we'll show in just a moment for the fans. I mean, you can see it, but we'll show a bigger version of it in just a moment. So whoever's ready first, step up onto that dais and announce who you are to Ogma.
Which is the dais? The big one over there?
Yeah, we'll just do the big one. Perfect.
No! Ogma, I am Taserface. Some of my friends call me Wallace. Only me mum calls me Wally. Anyone else here, I'll kill ya. I am a support bard, and I am here to keep everyone alive.
The cloaked figure looks back at Ogma, who's sitting down at this point, and he kind of just waves his hand, and he says, "Thank you, Wally. Please, step off the dais."
Now you have to kill him. Too bad you do 0
I am the
damage.
herald of an all-powerful deity at this point. I can do what I want.
Kill him with your
Who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I'm Tomax. Hi. I'm a Swarlock, and I'm going to kill you. That's pretty much it. I got a glaive, and +2. Cloak of Protection, and a Blood Well Vial. That's my magic item, so you can't really...
Oh, I forgot my item.
Yeah, you should talk about your
yeah, let's move you back.
My item.
Excuse me. Okay.
Typical
bard.
Excuse me. I forgot to give you me items. I took your Rhythm Maker's Drum +2, because I'm a bard. And it took the Cloak of Protection here, see it matches me outfit, and my Stone of Good Luck.
Okay. Alrighty.
We're lucky.
If we ever get sponsors, you should do the ad reads like that for sure.
Absolutely.
Ogma forcefully teleports you off of the dais.
Wait, hold on. Wait, there's one more. Did I ever tell you?
He's readying Finger of Death.
Right.
Power word
right.
kill.
Yep.
So Mr. Rogers was playing the Yang portion of the, or was it the Yin?
No, the
The
Yang.
Yang portion of the Yin Yang double hexblade team up build that I did, and my character is the Yin portion. So
Video here.
yes, I am Zaymot, and I just look and I hold up my my +2 halberd. I'm wearing a cloak of protection, and I'm carrying a stone of good luck as well. And I just bring the halberd to my face, and I say, "We who are about to die salute you."
One of you had to.
It was required.
Yep.
He thinks we're gonna die. we're not gonna die. I'll keep you.
I'm just like, that was just a formality. Don't worry.
Oh, right.
Yeah, my name is Helga.
Yes.
That's what we named me, right?
I love it. I love it.
Apologies to all of my German viewers who
This is an accurate representation of your accent. My name is Helga, and I am a wizard.
yeah, the abjuration wizard tank. Right.
Yeah. I think the dance has to go like this.
I really don't know which
I don't know where to sit.
sit
But
on the
you've done it every
store.
time.
There you go. Maybe that way a little bit.
Do it again.
Fusion!
No, it's more to Scott's side.
Fusion.
Anyways.
Powers combined.
Anyway, Helga, right?
Yep.
I got written down. My name is Helga, and
Yes, you said that already.
I will be wearing a ring of protection and a cloak of protection and a stone
Of protection.
of good luck.
Yeah, there seems to be a recurring theme in our magic items.
You're also an
Almost like
artificer,
you need
right?
these.
I
They're very
am.
boring.
Okay, and once we introduce Scott's character, we'll go over a little bit more about your infusions and what happened there, because you also have a +1 shield, correct?
No.
Well,
Well,
yes, you
yes, I
would.
do. That I have infused.
Yourself.
Yeah. Yep, and we'll get to that in just a second here. Ogma nods and kind of gives a little bit of a thumbs up, you know.
Thank you.
Then he
I got
he grabs
the
a
thumbs up.
You did
he grabs a
great.
goblet of something unknown and takes a drink.
You did great. I liked that. That was very nice.
milk.
Yeah.
Yep,
Thank
on
you.
tape milk.
No one mentioned. What is it that you every time that they mention it, you take a drink?
Nobody mentioned.
Definitely it's in Sanderson books or whatever.
Yeah, nobody mentioned the Sanderson book yet.
So I can't
Yeah, now we do.
Yeah, that instead of that, I say strength before weakness.
We've only got so much drink in this house.
Journey before destination.
Can I give out negative inspiration?
You did not declare that as
We're
a
the
house rule at
heralds.
the
We're the
beginning.
heralds. All right. That's our.
There's
our
no
team.
void light here.
There's one more to go, I think.
So I'll hop up on the dais. Hello, I'm Gabriella.
Keep going. All right.
And,
Yes, sound like a Gabrielle.
Yes. Shut up. And I'll pepper you full of holes. I'm playing the Needler,
The needle.
and I picked up a +2 shield and a cloak of protection, and I didn't get my third because of the.
Yes.
Arts.
So because you are the Needler, I have agreed because you guys have been traveling as a party that you would have had the infusion, that returning weapon +1 for your needle, your dart, and then you gave your other magic item to Tori. That's the +1 shield that we described earlier.
Gotcha.
So as the last of you steps down, Ogma nods over to me, and I give him that thumbs up. And I say, well, congratulations on becoming, the first people to die from your world, I guess. All right, let's get into this.
Sorry,
Before
guys.
we begin, I do want to talk about the terrain that you guys are seeing before you. And to do that, I'll switch over to our battle cam just really quick. We'll go back to that in just a moment. The stones that you see provide half cover. So I believe it's a -2. Somebody check on that for me. But I'm fairly confident, because I don't use cover that often. I'm fairly confident it's a -2. It takes 5 feet of movement to get up onto the smaller stones and the dais itself. That big platform is going to stay there. Each of those steps is 5 feet up from the other one. And then underneath is about a 15-foot kind of walkway underneath that you could fight under.
Okay.
That's fine. It's not very cinematic. Fight under there if you want.
There's a tunnel.
It is a +2.
A target with half cover is +2 to their AC.
Yep.
And deck saves.
Yep. So you'll be able to use a little bit of cover if you need to, and then they also block line of sight for certain things like magical cones of anti-magic or whatever they are. Not that we'll ever encounter
that we
one
would
of
ever.
those.
What would?
I feel like that was a DM like giving us some advice.
So
Fiercely right.
once you guys are ready, Ogman nods to me, and I turn around and I say, well, first, our new adventurers, gladiators? We'll call them gladiators.
Sure.
Our gladiators will fight against Clan Bone Snapper, who wishes to prove their worth and join the hordes of the monstrous. Welcome, Bone Snapper. May you fight well. And the ground starts rattling, and kind of a hole opens up right over here in this corner and starts rattling up. And coming out from it, you see 2 hill giants armed with wicked spike clubs, and they are flanked on either side by orc gladiators armed with spears and shields. Scott is our figure painter extraordinaire and has painted everybody's figures tonight that you've seen so far, and most of the ones that you will see tonight. And any that are not painted are my fault. Like the orcs are only partially painted.
They've got green heads. That's all.
Yep, they got green in there, green enough to show you they're orcs. Yes, I know.
They
orcs
come from
indeed are gray.
the grayscale world.
The grayscale.
So
They got green where it counts.
Yep, they got green where it counts. And then
That
Ogma
goes
thrusts
on
out
like
his
a-
hands and
Doctor
shouts.
Your armor bag of this, which you would have
He shouts, "Pay attention to me!"
Mark off the spell slot.
Actually, as these guys are coming up, you need to talk about what spells are you guys casting in preparation. Again, anything 10 minutes or over is fine.
Right.
Anything 1 minute or under.
I think just Armor of Agathis.
Armor of Agathis, which lasts for an hour. And then
And
10
I will also be
minutes.
casting mage armor on myself to fill up
Right,
my
she
reward.
had
Yes.
cast Major
So
Armor
that's
to fill
the
reward
big
up.
change about Tori's character, right?
Right. There were so many suggestions in the comments
So many.
for the wizard tank that I had to just take it into consideration. And give her 2 levels of Warlock so that she could take the invocation. That gives her mage armor that she can cast at will. So in between fights, she will be filling up her arcane ward to full.
Yep, and I ruled that as good to go. That's your quick ruling for this 10K is you can cast that repeatedly and have it fill up if you have time. Because it's one. Is it one action?
It's
At will.
one action to cast it.
Yeah.
But then she just casts it 10
At will.
times.
Yeah.
6 seconds.
So it takes her 6 seconds 10 times or whatever.
A minute.
Yep. Okay, and then it lasts for 8 hours. Mage armor does.
Mage armor does, but she's not actually using mage armor. She's not benefiting from it at all because she has her.
Oh, so
armor
you just cast it, dismiss.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. All right, and then Ogma stretches out his hands.
Oh, sorry.
I also gave an inspiring leader speech to everyone, so make sure you got your 18 temporary hit.
How did it go again?
It went like this. Well,
Ogma shouts, "Fight!"
we are...
Roll initiative.
Don't die! Let's go!
We're going to go ahead and cue the Final Fantasy music and into some cool battle music, which hopefully is picking up. Editor Corey, if you're watching this later, please. And it actually is going to start with Gabriella.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move forward my full speed.
Okay.
Since I don't get disadvantage attacking at range due to Sharpshooter, I'm going to go ahead and... Well, first I'm going to do a Hunter's Mark bonus action
Okay.
on that guy.
Okay.
On orange.
On orange.
Yep.
Orange orc.
He is behind half cover for you right now.
Sharpshooter ignores half
Oh,
cover,
Sharpshooter
and
does.
Half and 3/4.
Okay, perfect.
Which is why I didn't move that way.
Yep.
There.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and just take my action and just start hucking the dart.
Yep. Is it like a lawn dart or...
Ooh, yeah. They are very deadly. That's why they were banned, right?
A jart.
Yeah.
Sounds.
So this is
not a shark.
orange orc.
That's what I was thinking.
Every time you do it, you hear... I'll take you down. He jarted. So that is a 17 to hit.
Always give me with potty humor. It's my favorite.
How
Right, I
embarrassing.
don't get any
happens when you
bonus.
have kids.
I get bonus,
Well, so you'll need to decide on each attack if you're using sharpshooter, or sorry, your sharpshooter feat or not, which would give you the -5 to hit, but +10 to damage if you hit. So
For this first little bit, since I'm far enough away that I couldn't net, I was just going to go ahead and just play it straight across.
That's your call.
Because he's a female character, you just mansplained him.
Yeah, I apologize for the mansplaining.
Happens to me all
It's
the
going
time.
to happen a lot tonight.
Now
Let's
that
just
you've
get
felt
used
our
to it.
pain, the healing can begin.
So 17.
A 17 will hit.
And that is a D4 and a D6 because it's Hunter's Mark.
17 hits.
11 damage.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The second one, since it returns right back to me, 20.
20 will hit.
And I get the D6 each attack, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a once
He
per
throws
turn.
it and he just kind of reaches into the ground, pulls in the map.
10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. And then the third attack.
Is a 16.
16 will hit.
Yes. That is a 13 damage.
Nice.
And just
Yep.
Wham, wham.
Just go on full chic. Did I hear correctly that you're going full murder hobo and writing down what ACs hit?
Maybe.
I just wanted to know.
Hey, if you're optimizing.
Yep. If
I don't do this on our normal games.
I know. It just surprised me as all.
I'm just doing my homework, okay? Gosh.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to do? You already used your bonus action
Yep,
to
bonus
cast
action.
the Hunter's Mark, which is where you got your extra D6 from.
Yep.
Helga.
Yeah.
I want it to be your turn every turn now.
Cast haste on
Yep.
myself. Casting.
Hold, please.
Hold.
Casting.
Cast. And I will move as much as I am able. I will
course.
move 60.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'll just go through.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
60 would be here,
You
right?
wouldn't-
One more.
One more?
Yeah, because I
But you
skirted
won't
around
be in
and
range
don't
to
have
hit anything. So maybe you want to stay back further so that you're not just standing
Poop.
there
Yes.
waiting to get hit.
I will stay back.
You can move like
my
right
braided
here or
friend.
something. Kind of set up.
You get a
Just
little
wanna,
bit
like,
of
shield-
coverage.
shield you a little bit.
Yes,
Shield
let
spot.
my muscly, warforged body protect you.
Do Warforged have muscles?
Yeah, they
They
do.
have wooden
They
muscles.
actually have like a. It's like a.
It's like a weird sinew undercoating
Mhm.
thing that it
I
acts as
will
like
protect
pseudo
you
muscles.
with my sinew.
Okay, what else would you like to
that
do?
rhymed. I loved it. We
Indeed.
need to write that down. Create a poem of Helga.
I like it.
The poetic. The
That
poetic
will be
Helga.
my turn.
So we've got, first of all, we've got Gabriella run up and just triple dart into that orange orc who appears to be the leader, and he's
Genji style.
and then we've got, and then they all kind of start menacingly stalking towards her, and suddenly Helga is there, a giant fist of one hand, shield in the other, protecting you with her sinew, and then we move on to Colby.
Okay.
Samat.
So, and just in case, for those who are G.I. Joe fans, that was
Deep
the
cut.
inspiration for Tomax and Zaymot. Look it up. Best cartoon of all
You'll
time.
be pretty disappointed.
I think you mean the original 1980s Transformer cartoon,
No.
the best.
Although
cartoon
that
of
was
all
the
time.
second best.
I think you were talking about Bluey.
Louis.
That was a
Okay.
great cartoon. It's
Thundercats.
wholesome.
I'm going
AF.
to go. That
Masters
Arthur's my jam.
Ooh.
and wholesome
really
is
good.
on
So
point.
It does have
for
some of
this
the best
channel.
memes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna
It's
move
not hard.
5, 10, 15,
Mine,
20.
the one I always remember is
25.
Oh, your glaive!
I'm underneath the bridge, I guess. Boink.
Boink. Not prone.
I'm not prone. I'm just so I'm gonna move up. In fact, you know what? Sorry, scratch that. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Well, I have to 20,
He's going under.
25, 30. Yeah, so I'm under
Okay.
the bridge,
Not prone,
and
but
then
under the bridge.
as my action, I'm gonna cast darkness.
Okay. So you go under the bridge, and all of a sudden the bridge just gets surrounded in this moil of darkness.
I cast it on. I have an earring, and
Okay.
I cast the darkness on the earring.
Perfect.
Itself.
30 feet from your ear.
Yes.
Darkness.
Well, 15.
Oh,
15
well,
feet.
yeah, sorry, 15 in either direction.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's your turn.
I don't have a bonus
Alright.
action that I want to use.
The orange orc is going to let out a roar, and he is going to move forward 30 feet towards, it looks like Helga. Perfect. Your ward is up, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure that we had that.
She's got an
there.
arcane ward. And it's full at how many hit points was it?
18?
20.
20?
It's actually 20.
20. Perfect. So he comes charging towards you, and he's going to make 3 attacks with his spear. And again, they just kind of have. I think they look probably very Spartan-esque, right? They've got the shield and then they've got the spear, and he just comes in and bam, bam, bam. And are all 3 going to hit the shield? Well, the first one is definitely going to hit the shield with a 12. The next one is a 26 to hit.
Barely.
Okay, and we'll roll damage on that one.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Sorry.
Because I get a +2 for having haste.
So yeah, so her AC is a 27 right now.
It is a 27?
Because of haste.
Haste.
That officially means, and the third one is a natural 1, and in true fashion, you shatter his spear on the third hit.
Nice!
It shatters
The
like
broken
against your
spear
ward.
lives.
Unfortunately, he pulls out another one. They all have backup spears.
They have the
Where was,
same
he,
Where did that
where
come
was he
from?
hiding that?
Pocket spear. Wouldn't you like to know?
Don't
And he goes, bone snappers, kill the rest.
Oh, no.
I will point out that those orcs have to crit against Tori in order to hit her, so that's going to be
Working as intended.
I can see this is a test for me as well, as much as it is for these characters, to see how upsetting it shall be. But we're actually going to go ahead and move on to the next character.
Players are friends, not food.
Yeah. And the next character to go is actually Tomax.
Okay. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'm going to spend 3 sorcery points and cast haste and twin it. So I'm casting it on myself and you. I'll
Okay.
do it. I need to
Same
be
on.
close to you, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's touch. So I'll get.
I don't think haste is touching.
Uh,
well, regardless.
I
no,
thought-
I think
I'll
it's
just get close
30.
enough
Yeah.
so that I can cast it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm probably actually gonna get in here anyways because I can't really hit.
So
from here.
So both elves take one look at each other, nod, and then both dart into the darkness.
Right,
And as
yeah.
they move, you're casting this this spell that creates this darkness around you, and then you can see the other one. You guys just start blurring as you start speeding up. Yeah. That's 3 characters with haste, ladies and gentlemen. 3, counting 3. And then last to go for the players is Taserface, and then it's a slew of monsters. Because guess who rolled terribly?
It's true. Well, you guys are...
Not me for once!
You guys are really getting into this. I like it. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to cast for my action, Aura Vitality.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to look at the front. Oi, Elga in the front. You're doing great. Keep all the people looking at you. I'll keep people alive. It'll be good. I don't know where the other 2 went.
Okay.
So you have inspiration.
That's awesome.
Well, Bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Yep.
Is it a
So
D10?
1d10, I believe, at this point.
Can use it on attacks.
It's a D10. You can use it on
Saving
attack,
throws?
saving throw, and ability checks.
Okay.
But not on damage rolls.
Does that give you
Anything else that you're doing, Taserface?
Taserface is done.
Okay. And how far does darkness stretch again?
Yes.
15 feet from
15
me.
feet in every direction from you. Okay.
And
So
I'm
it is not currently hitting Taserface or Gabriella.
I'm carrying the drum with like a strap thing, and as I'm running, I'm just like...
They're not drums on your feet now as you run.
It's just a pair of coconuts.
You could have just used tap shoes. But
Okay, so the green orc is going to go, and he is going to move 30 feet and then try and throw a spear at Taserface. In fact, he's going to try and throw 2 spears. Because, again, they seem to have an infinite amount of these spears.
Hidden in the pockets of time.
Pockets of time.
they all have a bag of holding.
So the first is a
and
26
It's like
to
a
hit.
wallet.
Ooh,
but it's
26
just a bag of holding.
does
Yeah.
hit.
Okay. And that
It's a
will
fanny
be...
pack. It's a fanny pack of holding. Fanny pack of holding that you throw the spears. Got it.
Please don't. No, please don't make that motion. I need to cut that.
Nope. That was on purpose.
So
and it
8
stays.
damage. 8 piercing damage, and then he makes another attack as he throws another spear at you.
Okay.
Let him roll his concentration check.
Oh, yes.
Concentration 19, I'm fine.
You're good.
And then the second is 1 lower, so 25.
25, that hits as well. Go ahead.
Okay. And that is 13 damage. And you'll have to roll
Damage, that'll be 13 because it's... No, half the
No,
damage.
it's half.
So it's 10.
10, yep.
Yep, we're good.
And
You're-
all
you're a
rolls
+10
tonight
on your
by the
con,
DM for
so
attacks
you're
are being
always
performed by the Dice of
If it's
Destiny
10 or
that was
11,
provided to me by Die Hard Dice, actually. Actually, technically you bought it, but Die Hard Dice delivered, so I'm giving them credit.
Nice.
Hey,
Thank you.
so that one throws 2 at you. Yeah, thank you, Die Hard Dice. Go check them out. They actually have a lot of really cool stuff. And that's not, they're not a sponsor. I just really
Yet.
like them. Yet.
If you're watching.
The yellow orc is going to move up to where the green orc is and do the same thing to Taserface.
Oh.
Taserface is going to cutting
Corey's-
towards one of these.
Corey's monsters are optimized as well.
And he crits on his first
I
one.
am
So,
okay. So if I do cutting words on that, does it make it not a crit or is it still a crit?
no, it will still be a crit.
Okay, I
Yep.
can't. Oh, no. I'll just reduce the damage. I will use, like I said, I will use my.
So, in addition to the maximum damage, you take an additional 23 damage.
23
You take
total?
23 total damage.
Do you want me to roll it? The 10, D10?
He's going to reduce it with his cutting words.
Yes, go ahead and
Remove by
reduce the
2.
damage.
And that's how much total?
You said it was
It's
23.
23.
So that's 21.
21. Okay.
Got it.
And then I need you to roll me another concentration check.
A 10, you automatically see.
It's a 11. No, wait.
He has a +10 to his con, so
Oh, okay.
even if you roll
18.
a 1,
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And the second attack is a dirty 20 to hit.
20. I guess that hits. No, it doesn't.
no, it does your AC. Because if it
Dirty.
hits your AC, it hits.
If it matches your AC, it hits.
Oh, yeah. That's not
Yep. For a total of
This guy's have a really high +100. That's okay.
11.
11 damage.
11 piercing damage.
Yeah, +7.
As these
She had
two
27
orcs
AC, and he
just
said
come
he had
up
rolled
and
20,
and
so.
from their fanny pack, spear, huck, and 4 spears, 2 in your shoulders, 2 in your knees, so that you can go.
Fortunately, you can heal
then
yourself.
there's more monsters. The giants! Yay, the giants! Giant number 1, which we will do as Hercules.
Red.
This one?
Red shorts.
Yeah.
Red thing.
Okay.
Hercules is going to move.
Loincloth?
It's not even a loincloth. It's like
30 feet.
really
so we're gonna
tattered.
go
It's a broken
Tattered
kilt.
kilt? Yeah.
20. 25, 30.
He's getting up.
And then he's gonna double move, so he's bearing down on you here.
Okay.
Oh no.
That is not a pretty sight.
Right next
He's
to
gonna be
it.
right next to Helga and Gabriella. And then the other one,
Snot drips on you.
the other one takes his fanny pack and opens it up and pulls out a giant boulder, and he's gonna huck it at Gabriella.
Oh no.
And that is a
We know how dangerous these boulders can be.
boulders. That's a nice boulder.
Boulders.
That's a nice boulder. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
And this was
Yeah, I figured.
dodge deftly out of the way.
Do you spit on it too? As is only right when you dodge a boulder coming right at you.
But it's like slow motion as I turn.
Yeah. Perfect. So that's both giants, and the other one we'll just call Dirty. Just Dirty Giant. Dirty Harry. The red orc is going to take a couple spear hucks. He's going to stay right where he is.
Okay.
Actually, wait. How close is he for spear? 20 feet? 30. 20. So he has to be within 20 feet of Gabriella.
So he's
Maximum of 40.
So does that mean that these guys would have had disadvantage, or do you want to retcon that and move them up so that they're within 20
Yeah,
feet?
yep. I do want them within 20 feet. I think I
Okay.
did say full movement, but
Okay.
yeah.
So but this one's attacking Gabrielle.
Yep, that one's attacking
Okay,
Gabriella.
so that's good from.
First attack is a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Go ahead and take 9 damage. Piercing.
And you will have to save concentration.
Oh
for
yeah, I
Hunter's
have to
Mark.
do a concentration save.
The other one's a 14. I'm assuming that misses. Already used my reaction. Right?
Succeeded.
Okay. 14. Does that
That
hit?
misses.
Okay. So that one only hits you with one. As you kind of dodge out of the way, he kind of lines it up and smacks you right in the shoulder. The other one just kind of flies overhead and hits a goblin in the crowd. At which an orc picks him up and goes, "Souvenir!" And everybody lets out a nice cheer. And then we actually are going back up to the top of the round, so it is round 2, everyone.
What about blue orc?
Oh, Blue. Thank you, guys. It's so nice. Blue is just going to run up behind that boulder. Is he within 20 feet of Helga?
What's his
behind
move
that boulder?
speed?
He's not.
No,
The
he
boulder,
won't be.
the front of the boulder.
All right, well, he's going to move up, in front of the boulder there, and
Like
then he's going to
here?
just... He can't see anybody else, so huck at Helga, which is a miss, and another miss. So your ward is just like full on in front of you, just shattering spears as they come into contact.
Does it have its own HP?
No.
HP,
Well, it has
yes.
its AC.
no.
AC
It's her AC.
But it's,
Nice.
yeah. Now we are back up to the top of the round with Gabriella.
Oh yeah, this is great. Your initiative. All right, this is where the big one is, baby.
Here it comes.
Well,
himself
I'm
and charge.
adjacent to one. If I
Yeah.
attack with range,
What is
No, because you have you don't have crossbow expert, so you would have to
I do
move
have
away.
that. What is that? Longbow? No.
I would probably just try and finish off orange, personally. Sorry, that's a little metagamey.
I was actually just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna move. Just literally just take a step to the side.
Okay.
Okay,
And take a
he'll go ahead and take his
opportunity.
reaction, swing at you with his club. That is a 19 to
Misses.
hit.
Yeah.
Misses.
He's got plate and a shield.
Yeah.
And a ring of protection and a cloak of protection.
Oh,
or
I'm gonna
whatever
need
it was.
more of that. Oh god.
I actually don't even have plate. Just stud leather.
Oh, that's right, because I just gave you light
Okay,
armor.
so he brings the
then-
club down, but you're already on the move, so...
Yep. And I'm going to use my maneuver to spend a superiority die to toss the net.
Okay. Which you can do within 15 feet is the
feet,
maximum range.
So on orange.
Okay. You will have disadvantage because it is at its maximum range.
But he has sharpshooter.
I have sharpshooter, which doesn't take the. I don't take disadvantage on.
Right. I always forget about sharpshooter. I always forget the other benefits of sharpshooter because most people just take it for the plus or minus
Damage.
5 plus 10. Are you sharpshooter? Wait,
No, I'm not doing.
because it's the net attack.
The net doesn't
Yeah,
do
net
damage.
doesn't do damage.
So that was a 23.
23
To hit.
will hit.
So he's ensnared,
Blow him.
which means I now have triple advantage.
Everybody has advantage.
Everyone has
Triple
advantage.
whip.
on
I
it.
know.
Until he breaks it, yeah, that's right.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my attack.
Okay, and you have
First one.
element accuracy for 3.
With
D20s.
sharpshooter?
Are you attacking with sharpshooter?
Yes,
Yes.
with sharpshooter. 14 plus 12, 26.
26 will hit.
Okay. And that is... Because I still have Hunter's Mark. So that is 14 damage.
Did you add your plus 10 for sharpshooter?
Oh, 24 damage.
24 damage.
Nice.
Okay, second attack. Sharpshooter as well. Same thing, 26.
26 will hit.
Okay. Uh, 18 damage.
18.
Okay, sharpshooter again, using the -5. And that is a 13 plus 12, 25.
25 will hit. Yep.
Nice.
20 damage.
20 damage. Okay. Oh, these can't get any worse.
Action surge.
It got worse.
I'm going to take this. All these are going to be sharpshooter.
Okay.
So that is a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
9 plus 12, right?
Yes.
21.
Yeah.
One hit.
Math.
Yeah, exactly.
Math.
23 damage.
That's with the plus 10 as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So dart, and the fourth one is right in the eye, and the bone snapper leader falls. Still trapped in, still trying to struggle out of this net. And then the dart just disappears and a spurt of blood comes out.
I have
And the
two more
crowd
attacks, right?
the
But I'm
crowd
just doing whatever,
goes
so.
nuts with the first kill.
First blood.
First blood.
Does ogre guy say first blood?
Ogma is just like nodding. He's very impressed. I'll go ahead and say first blood.
Okay.
Just be like first blood, monster kill, and then he looks over at me and I'm like, sorry.
First blood in the C3PO voice.
Yep.
First blood.
And then you still have 2 more attacks, right? 'Cause
Yep,
you action
I do.
surged.
Yep,
and
2
you
more.
just-
Yep. So you've got 2 more attacks. Go ahead and pick an orc or a giant.
I'm probably gonna pick this giant here that's bearing down on us. I mean, he's got a big squishy target.
Yep. And he's not gonna
but
feel
I
it.
do
so-
not get advantage on this, so I'm not gonna use the -5 sharpshooter.
Throws the normal dart. It's just like
Wait, don't I get plus because he's large, right?
Nope.
No, is that
That's just worked into their AC.
okay?
yeah, it just lower.
You're
dex
thinking 4th
saves.
edition.
4th edition.
Take a drink.
Yep.
We're supposed to
Oh,
drink
no.
on the 4th edition.
I'm not.
So that's
I just drink
that's a
one drink.
21.
Yeah, too.
21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay.
It's funny how dry your throat gets as soon as
Yeah.
your hammer turns on.
Tori, you look confused as to all
10
of our
damage.
inside drinking water games.
That was good.
Anytime there's a Stormlight Archive reference or
And then the
reference
last
to
one.
4th edition, you have to drink water.
We'll never know when those are.
I can't do that. I can't,
Usually we'll
I
shout
can't
take
declare sharpshooter after.
No,
can I?
no,
Damn.
you cannot.
Okay, so that
Just
one
like
is a
reckless,
28.
Whatever.
28 will hit. Yep. You gotta take the chance.
I know.
Take a chance.
9.
9
Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Now it's stuck in your head.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's unless because I don't have. There's no like
Oh, wrong voice.
move,
Take a
do an
chance
action,
on
then
me.
use the rest of the move. Is there?
You can still use any movement you have left.
Yeah, you can still. Yeah, you can break up your movement. That's still fine if you want to.
Can I get? Because I moved 5.
Yeah.
Can I move 10, 15, 20?
Yep.
Would that?
Win his attack
Depending
range.
on how high this is, you might be inside my darkness.
The top one is 15.
Okay, you'll be good then.
So I can get. I'm gonna get up here though.
So
Like
if,
your
if it's 15
feet are
feet from the
in
bottom,
base.
yeah.
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
just like up to my waist. So I like reach into the darkness and then dart. But I'm not because it's returning.
Where are
right?
these darts coming from?
You're just pretending.
I'm just confusing. Yeah. Oh. Okay,
So
that's it.
as basically cinematically, like you net the chieftain, he lets out a grunt, and then as you're moving, running up these steps, it's just each step is another dart until he's dead, and then you just immediately move on to which one did you attack? Oh, it was the giant, and then you just like flip around, and as you like backflip up the steps,
As
you're
I'm
darting.
running away, I just over my shoulder the dart twice.
You know they'll hit.
Yeah, he's so big.
Helga is all on her own. Not that that's a problem for her.
No. I've got my sinew.
That's just me and my sinew.
Alright. So, I want people closer to me. I was thinking of using Thorn Whip to grab one of the guys, get him closer to me. And then attacking the giant with my gauntlet.
Oh.
I'm asking your opinion.
Okay, I mean, I don't know how much metagaming the boss will allow.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a gauntlet that refers to optimization at its finest. So
Okay.
go ahead and metagame all you want.
I would say just attack the giant.
Just attack
we'll,
giant.
we'll take out the orcs.
Okay. All right. I will start with booming blade.
Okay. With no blade.
Booming fist.
Booming fist.
Booming
Because
fist.
it just says it requires
Melee
a
weapon,
melee
that costs at least 1 silver, which
Right.
yeah,
And
why
her
would that
armor
not
that
cost
she's wearing.
one
Yeah.
silver?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they should have named it like booming weapon or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Booming fist.
Booming fist. I cast my boom fist.
Okay.
So just make a weapon attack.
Perfect.
Ooh.
That's a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heal.
Every time you hit 9, though, you gotta go 9! 9!
So that is 8
Plus
plus.
the booming blade, so it's 2d8 more.
Let's roll that real quick. Plus my genie. I got
Oh,
a genie.
that's right. She has a genie. That's what she took for her patron. Her
Congratulations
warlock
on your
patron.
genie.
Thank you. So that's 12 plus 5
Congratulations
for
on
my
your
genie.
baby.
Right.
Congratulations on your genie.
17.
Sorry, 17 damage total?
Yeah.
And it's wreathed in booming blade,
That's right.
so it can't.
If it moves,
if it
it'll
moves,
take
it'll
damage.
just take some damage. Do we get advantage on
Was
that
that
now
on-
on its next turn, or is that
Guy or-
that's
The giant.
It has disadvantage if it attacks anyone other than her.
right?
Okay, so
Spanish for cheese.
It's really uncomfortable
Okay, so-
standing there underneath.
yeah.
He's a true Scotsman.
Yep, he is absolutely.
It is not pretty.
You see where all the spears are kept.
Just so you're aware, that's not why they call me Tackle. You'll see.
Okay. So then I can make a second attack
Yeah.
because of haste.
You've seen the meme
So I'll
with
attack with my
Tarzan,
gauntlet.
where he has
as well.
the rope behind
Okay.
him. That's how he's carrying all the spears.
That is 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Are low.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Well, they're large, right? So they
Yeah.
probably have like a negative. Technically, they would have like a negative
They're-
3 or 4 to it.
For all of 7 damage.
Okay, it all adds up.
Yeah, do you like that?
My shins! Anything else that you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Alrighty, perfect.
Is it like the Batman scene where she just like reaches over and uses her fist on his foot?
Who purchased the drugs?
Where
Zamat, it is your
are
turn.
the spears?
Okay. I just look at Tomax and say, orcs are giant. Orcs, right? Orcs. Okay. So I move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Actually, I'm going to stop right here because I am using a glaive, so I have reach.
Okay. So once again, anybody in darkness that cannot see through darkness, which doesn't include you two, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
we
We
have
have double
double
sight.
You have double sight. Takes disadvantage to hit anything at all.
Yeah.
And then anybody who's hitting into darkness would also get disadvantage should hit anything that they can't see, but those two disadvantages cancel out.
Right.
So it's a normal attack for anybody still trying to shoot the orcs
Outside.
outside from outside in.
Right.
And as long as these orcs don't have true sight, which orcs have true sight.
Well, if they did, I'd be scared.
No fudging the monster stats after the fact.
Just hold on real quick. These orcs are orcs of the
Underground.
underground.
That is a good point to bring up. I created these encounters before I
In
knew
the
what I was
blind.
facing.
Yeah.
Yep. I created these encounters so that we would play them straight.
And we didn't know what
didn't
monsters you were doing, except for the double.
Except for the double whammy coming up
Yes.
next round.
Right.
Stay
Anyway.
tuned.
Okay, so I move up and I take an attack on Yellow Orc. I'm assuming he can't see me.
Nope.
Okay. So that is a sorry. I'm looking at Scott's character. I'm like, I don't have darts.
This glaive is one giant dart.
It's a 25.
Anything is a dart.
A 25 will hit.
25 to hit. Okay, so damage. Is 25.
Okay. Go ahead with your second attack.
Second attack is a crit.
Woohoo! Yeah! First crit tonight.
Okay, so that's gonna be.
Besides my initiative.
Yes.
Oh jeez, it's a good thing we have the new crit rules.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 31
31. Okay.
damage, and then third attack is also a crit. I really like this new die that you bought me, by the way. It's been very good to me. So that will be for that was 32.
It's weighted.
32 damage. Yes.
It's weighted. Is that what you said?
Well, yeah, because
Okay.
it's metal.
So
I'm not done.
you got more.
My butt action.
Butt action.
But actually, and you're hasted.
Well, that's so I made 3 attacks.
Oh, you did 3. Oh,
And
sorry,
this
sorry.
is my
I thought
fourth.
you
You're
only
making
did
a
one.
hasteful
butt
butt
action.
action.
I did. Did I make 3 attacks? Yeah, I did.
That was your
No,
third
that was
attack.
your second attack. I
Nope.
thought.
The first one was normal hit.
That was his
second
first attack, I
then
think.
the
Yeah.
two, yeah. Oh yeah, 2 crits in 1 attack. Duh.
Yeah.
So
Elva's
butt
not paying
action-
attention right now,
that
so
one got,
Yeah.
say whatever.
is 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Okay, and this is for where's my first die? 24 damage.
That is incredible. That is the exact amount that you needed to kill.
So I just come in and I'm just like,
Yep.
and then with the butt I'm just.
Yep. So there's just this ruckus in the shadow, and then all of a sudden this orc pops up from beneath the shadow with a glaive right through its chest, and it's just tossed out.
Nice. And then I'm actually, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at, so that if they try to get out of the darkness, I'll be able to get an opportunity attack. I don't think they're gonna turn and try and attack us. I could be wrong. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay, perfect. Next up is you killed the one that went between you guys. Or wait, yeah, that was
Yep.
Orange that went between you guys. So it's actually Tomax now.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. 5.
You have 60 feet, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll just get right there, and I also have reach, so I'm not gonna go too
Did you
close.
not use your haste action to attack?
I did. I made 3 attacks.
Oh, that
and
was
then
the
the butt
oh,
action.
that's right. Sorry,
Because you get 2 plus the 3rd.
I'm thinking fighters. So.
Okay, so I'm in the darkness.
Yep.
Should I have advantage?
Yep.
So open accuracy. So let's see. That is a -5.
This on green, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Okay, so that is
-5. Did you?
yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Well, great weapon master.
Great weapon master. Oh, which is melee sharpshooter. Right.
That reminds me. I took the great weapon fighting style. I could have re-rolled those 1s and 2s.
You did. You literally did exact damage
Yeah,
there.
that's
So
true.
don't complain about that.
If he would have survived with 1 hit point, I'd be pissed.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's fine.
22 damage.
22.
Okay, I'll hit again.
I have a calculator out now. It's easier that way.
21 to hit.
21 will hit. Yes.
Okay. 26 damage.
26. Okay.
And then
Third
my
attack.
third attack.
Third attack with
Yep.
the haste.
And that's 30 plus 23
Yes.
to hit.
Yep.
And that is 7, 6 damage.
26. Okay.
And then my butt attack.
Butt action.
So close. Which should be 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
And 7 damage.
7 damage.
No, you get to add your
Plus 10.
Your great
Oh,
weapon.
yeah, I
master
forgot.
stuff,
17 damage.
17 damage. Okay. Yeah. So, moving slowly on Zamat's heels, Tomax runs right into the darkness, and you can hear the crowd cheer. And Ogma is leaning forward, clearly looking into the darkness as if it wasn't there, watching you guys decimate these orcs. Next up is Taserface.
Thank you for using my ready. You're welcome. All right. Oi, you, the one who jarts herself. I will want to give you some inspiration here. So, I like what you did with the acupuncture. Aim for something a little more vital next time.
Ah, gotcha.
And then I'm going to use my cutting words, and I'm going to look at the other guys.
I'll pierce his ears.
Oi, you tall, moist one with, whatever. Your best attack against a mind flayer is starvation.
So he needs to roll a.
This is the cutting, or the, not cutting words, vicious mockery, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 20.
20, okay. And
see, that's why your drum is awesome.
What do I get? from your inspiring.
D10.
You get a D10. Yep.
On,
He fails.
attacks and saving
He fails, so
throws.
he'll take 6
Just once? Or
psychic
or
damage.
Just the one time.
And with that psychic damage, he also will have disadvantage on his next attack roll. On the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So not all attack rolls, just the next one.
He said 6 damage total, right?
Yep, 6 damage, psychic damage.
He goes, well, I don't know right what a mind flayer is, but I know when people are talking about my intelligence.
Well, just know that you're the
You
dankest.
sounded like Hagrid.
You've got
That
the
was really
dankest
good.
swass on the field.
Dankest swass on the field. That's merch. That's a shirt.
Yep.
Coming up.
Which no one
There's
will
a reason why we let Preston be the bard.
Unless they're at the gym.
The dankest swass on the
So it's just
You're doing
disadvantage on the next
squats
attack.
with the dankest swass in the gym shirt. Gosh. Our merch sucks.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Taserface?
No, that is all. Actually, yes, I want to move. I don't want to get hit by the big man.
So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, out. 5, 10, I think that's still... We're still good, yeah.
So I'm just going to be there.
Okay. Then we are going to move on to Green Orc, who is going to
in the darkness.
take a step forward in the darkness.
Opportunity attack.
Okay.
Take him.
All right.
They're gonna be in here somewhere.
Right?
Sentinel.
Because he's
we
still
have-
in the darkness?
Yes. Yep.
So that's 17 minus 5, so 12 plus 11, 23.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Do I just get a full on attack, right? Because of.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 5, 16, 19. Yeah.
That's with the plus 10 and
That's a low
everything?
one. Yep.
So you stab right through him, and he still marches through the pain.
Okay, I'll take an opportunity attack.
And you're going to take an opportunity attack.
That's right.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot to add my plus 6, so that's actually 1925.
His head rolls out of the darkness.
Sorry, I need to write that down.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting my plus 6 to add.
Ogma turns to me
Yeah,
and says, "I'm not very impressed with these bone snappers. Maybe we invade their world next." He's like, "Well, we already have a pretty full schedule, sir. But we can talk. Whatever you want, of course." So Green is dead.
Paint more minis.
Hercules.
I need
Hercules
like,
giant.
I need like 10 of you.
I
just
actually
to,
believe
like,
I
sit around a
named him
table and just-
Tackle. Tackle is going next, and he is going to bring his club down on Helga. And I believe
Our Thursday game night's just going to be an hour or two before every game night. You're all going to pain game.
19
Perfect.
will not hit you, I'm assuming.
Perfect.
And
I can bring
the other one will
my
not hit.
airbrush.
So
Just
he
grip
comes
the
down with his
front
club
one.
twice, and your ward just shifts up and takes it.
Well, this is a very fun.
Yeah, you are weak.
The dirty giant is going to move up 30 feet towards the darkness.
5, 10, 15.
He didn't
How
throw it all
close?
last night. Or last
He
time.
can, he can be within
threw-
10 feet.
Oh, that's right. He threw Boulder.
He can.
So-
he has a 10-foot reach.
Okay, so he could stop there.
Yep.
But as soon as he moves to within my reach, because I have Polar Master, I can take an opportunity
Okay.
attack on him.
Yeah.
So I'll hit him as he moves up. And that's a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
You know what? Sorry.
See what the damage is. It's either the
That was
pinky kill
actually
or
a
the
19 to
kill.
hit. Sorry.
19 will hit.
And that is for that's much better. 29 damage.
29 damage. Okay.
Solid.
He's just like jabbing in the foot.
Yep, so he starts approaching this
Machine.
darkness looking for something, and your glaive comes out and stabs him right in the foot. And, he's, "Ugh!" And then he's going to try and bring his club down on you twice. So
Okay.
he has disadvantage on these attacks. The first one is a 12 to hit.
Miss.
And the second club is a 15.
Miss.
Okay. So it just slams into the ground. Nothing to do about nothing. Okay. Next, we've got the Red Orc, who is going to move forward until he's within range of both of you.
Here or here?
Into the darkness.
Okay.
Yep, so he can't see you, but he is going to try and stab. You know what? We'll try a few on
Do you have
Tomax
Weapon
here.
Master?
Yeah, but I already used my
yeah,
reaction,
right.
so
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah,
use
we're
it
out of
till-
reaction.
That is
Dude, quick ruling. Does my reaction set on my turn or the beginning of the round?
Your turn.
Okay.
Yep. We'll refresh on your turn.
Cool.
And that is an 18 to hit for the first attack.
That's
No.
my AC.
You're 20 because of haste.
Oh, right.
Haste.
Haste. Thank you, haste.
And then the other one is far lower. So he just blindly stabs through the darkness and everything, not really doing too much.
Like blur around it.
There's a reason this was fight number 1. And then the blue ward he's just going to rush Helga and definitely try. I'm just going to roll both of these at the same time, and neither of them crit.
You have to crit. It's crazy.
These bone snappers bore me.
Gabriella, it's your turn.
I'm just going to go ahead and keep attacking the giant, but use a bonus action
Okay.
to cast Hunter's Mark on it. Okay.
Yeah, you're just transferring, right?
Yes, it is
Because
just
you had already had.
Oh,
it.
that's right. I don't have to
Yep,
cast
you don't
it.
have to cast it again. You
It's
just
been a while
transfer
since
it.
I played a ranger, so so I will transfer with the bonus action. And then I'm going to.
So like a year and a half or something?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
2 years maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to. So I'm going to take my first attack. I'm going to try a sharpshooter.
Hey, do it.
Yeah.
And I crit.
Oh!
Nice.
Okay.
Vertical.
So that's.
Oh, me eye! Me swag!
So that's. Let's see. And how does that count with his D10 that he gave me?
You can't
Am
do it for
I,
damage
You can't do it for
rolls.
damage, so
So that I can use on attack rolls.
attack it.
Correct. Attack rolls, but not damage rolls.
So
Unless I was
that's,
about Valor Bird. That would be
6 from Hunter's Mark.
4 for the dart.
4 so 10 plus 8. So 18 plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
From
28, and
sharpshooters,
then roll
28.
another d4 for me. Actually, a d4 and a d6. Roll another. 28.
I don't get double sharpshooter, do I?
No.
Darn. So that's 28, 30, 34, plus 8, 42 damage.
42. Life, the universe, and everything.
And that was the first attack.
Okay.
Second attack.
2 more coming.
This feels so much like
You feel dirty?
edition.
If you're thirsty.
It makes me happy. That one was with the sharp. I'm just going to sharpshooter from
Yes.
here on. I might as well try it. So that's a 15 to
A
hit.
15 will hit the giant.
Nice.
You know, they are bags of hit points, so that's about it.
So that's 15 plus 8, 23 damage.
23. Yeah. You just hit him right in the other eye, and it comes out the back of his head, and he collapses backwards.
You killed Tackle.
Poor
You have
tackle.
you have one more attack.
I do have one more attack. And in this case, I'm going to attack the other giant, because that's within my range.
It's at disadvantage. It'd be a disadvantage, but you don't have disadvantage because of sharpshooter.
What is the disadvantage range on on
It's on a
dart?
dart. It's like
60.
60. You can go full 60 with that.
Awesome.
Advantage.
So I can do up to 60 feet.
I want to take
so
you
he's
to
in
a
range.
bar.
And he's tall. Is he tall enough to be standing outside of the darkness? Even though
Giants-
technically he would be partially in it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like
It doesn't matter because sharpshooter also ignores half cover.
Half cover and
three-quarters
No.
silver cover.
But
Yep.
not Darknet. Oh.
Yeah, because
I see what you're saying because he's like
he would
half
have to
in.
be.
You definitely can see him. Yeah. So once again, because if he is in darkness and you're shooting into it, the disadvantage of him being blind and not being able to see you is canceled out by.
So I'll just roll a regular attack
Yeah, regular
with
attack.
the -5 for sharpshooter.
Yep.
That is a 12 plus 13, 25.
25 will hit.
Nice.
The reason why this giant
Oh,
hasn't
sorry.
talked
I don't
yet
get
is
to roll the
because
d6.
he
But I did want to favor.
you can see that
him
scar along
for
his
this
throat where he got
yeah.
his
for this
throat.
program.
Well,
Does that cancel out?
You'll
It's
drop
like-
your.
I can't.
Yeah, you'll drop your hex.
It would drop Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, never mind then. So, but I. So let's see, that's d4. So that's 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
Solid.
Okay.
Well done.
And that's it.
Okay, Helga.
Yeah, I will attack blue
Okay.
The little blue one.
with booming gauntlet.
your boom fist.
This is my boom fist.
That is 18.
Shop smart. Shop back smart.
18 to hit.
18 will hit, yes. Actually, it will not. He uses his reaction and brings up his shield and gives himself plus 3 bonus to AC, blocking your attack.
Well, fine.
None of the other orcs could do that because you have to see your opponent.
Well, I will attack him again.
Okay.
13.
13 will miss.
Well, I'll add my
Inspiration?
bardic inspiration.
Yeah, technically you're supposed to do that before I tell you if it hits or misses, but
okay.
I'm too eager. Go ahead and add it.
D10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah!
Just
You're just gonna have to.
yeah.
Do you need some physical dice?
Or you could
I
use.
have one. No.
She just doesn't use
That's
them.
plus 8.
Plus 8.
They're very pretty.
So it was a 13
+8.
plus 8. That will hit. He's already used his reaction.
Good job.
He's like,
Okay,
ha!
so 6.
I'm gonna beat.
6 plus 5
The
for
impact
my
doesn't come, so he
Okay,
moves the
so
shield a
11
little bit.
total.
She finishes the
Yeah.
Just like
And then he has disadvantage
If he attacks anyone but her.
to attack anybody but her. Okay. Anything else that you'd like to do?
No.
Perfect. Then we will move on to Zamot.
Okay. I'm just going to turn. I know that my brother's got red orc here.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn on the giant, and he's within 10 feet, so I can just hit him from where I'm standing.
Yep. So there's 5, and then he's technically through a 3.
nice.
So
Yeah.
It's just hard
So
to tell.
so that is a. Oh, I was almost going to hexblade curse him, and then that would have crit. Let's see. So that's a whatever 26 to hit.
A 26 will hit.
So that's 24 damage.
Okay.
Second attack is a 17 to hit
That'll hit.
for 28 damage.
Okay.
Third attack is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
21 for 24 damage.
Okay. So you fly, like you basically leap. The darkness leaves Tomax for a moment there as you just stab into this giant 3 times to bring it down, and then you just hop right back to your position. That orc that is just like, oh, I could see it. Oh, crap. But that other giant is dead.
Nice.
Wow. Dead. And again, the crowd is just going nuts.
So then I finish him like this, and then I just look behind my shoulder and just with the butt of my halberd on red orc here.
Boba Fett.
That's a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
For 21
there's
damage.
a lava block over there, and he goes
Right into the lava line. Yep. Okay. Yep. And then it is.
Alright,
Tomax.
and I'm gonna attack. Pretty bad actually, so it's 21. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he cannot use his reaction.
So that's 19.
19 damage. Okay.
I'll hit again. Crit.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Vertical.
that is 16, 20, 32, and then a die roll.
And don't forget to add your plus 10 for the great weapon.
Yes, I added that, so 32. 43.
Okay. Would you like to attack again?
Yeah.
Okay. He is still up. So.
Okay. Okay, so that is 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay. For 18 damage.
18 damage.
Is he still up?
He is still up.
Okay.
Butt
I'm
action.
gonna butt action attack him. Okay, so that is math.
That is math.
24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Okay. And that is 31 damage.
31. Okay.
Wait.
You remember that scene in Return of the King where Gimli, Aragorn, and Legolas all attack the orc, the misshapen orc leader, and like hack his legs off? You do that yourself and take out this orc. So congratulations.
Nice.
That is one more orc dead.
Oh, shit. I rolled my D10, not my D4. That's why it was so high. I was like, that feels so high.
it should have been...
It should have been 4
plus...
20. Would that still have killed him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
Always.
This is new characters. Like, first time I've ever touched it at level 13.
Perfect.
That's a lot.
So there's one orc left. And he's like,
Come on, I'll take you all on.
I ain't no feared. And his taser face is your turn.
Right. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna just bravado, kicking the sand in front of me, saying, "Here lies the what were they called? Bone fleas. And you, my friend, you couldn't even win against a fire elemental underwater." That's another cutting words.
Okay, that's a wisdom shaving throw.
20?
I have 20.
I don't know why I rolled 2 dice. That was dumb. He does not make his save.
Don't forget to bonus action heal yourself.
That is my bonus action. Or no, that's my action, you're right. So that's 6 damage, psychic. And then I will use my bonus action to use the Aura Vitality to heal myself.
2d6 plus
And it was cast
5.
at the 3rd level, so 2d6 plus 5. Yep.
6 damage seems pretty low for your level.
Well, it's just
I'm rolling
3d4.
That's 3d4. Okay, that's what
For the Vicious Mockery?
Yeah.
3d4.
Okay. Alright, just making sure.
I take 8 hit points back.
I guess comparatively, it is pretty low.
So I heal myself with my cunning.
He wasn't
words.
built for damage.
He was built for supportiness.
That definitely gets a chuckle out of Ogma.
And I look around and I say,
Fire.
"Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, so-so. The crowd cheers. Corey's just so-so. And Corey's just thinking, I'm glad I don't have to deal with a party like this. Okay, Blue Orc is up next unless Taserface wants to do anything else.
Nope, that's the end of my action.
Okay, he is going to just like,
I'm gonna at least take one of you down with me.
and he'll attack you. Oh, he crit!
Monster crit! He's gonna take some damage for doing so.
So that's
It's gonna be funny if it kills him.
That would be awesome.
that's 23 damage to you.
Well,
Okay, that
how much
welsh
it
Goes
might-
through your
Yep.
armor
Arcane
He
vacuum.
ward's
finally
gone.
shatters your arcane ward, and
It's technically still there. It's just doesn't
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, it's just in pieces,
But
kind
we'll
of swirling around you.
Okay.
And then the rest drops off your temps from
3
your
of my
armor.
10 points.
Add that to this. You'll need to roll me a concentration check.
And the cold
10.
damage.
On temp, yeah.
Yep, because the
Temp
temp
counts as...
Does
And
he
then
also get the cold damage for
He
the
will
armor?
take.
Well,
He will
you
take
can't,
some
you can't fail.
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and he takes 20.
20 damage.
He takes 20 damage. He's not dead, but he's like,
What is going on?
that's what I'm saying too, buddy. That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Gabriella.
You like that?
I'm gonna.
Bonus action, move the Hunter's Mark over.
Okay.
And let's just do 3 sharpshooter attacks. Can you get into the negatives?
Yes, technically.
Yeah, okay. So it's a -3, so 10.
So 10. 10 will miss.
Okay. 16.
16 will hit.
24.
24. Okay.
And the last one. 27 damage, or 27 to hit.
27 will hit. Oh, don't forget. You could have used your Bardic Inspiration on that miss. Didn't think about that.
Well, I would have had to roll before.
Yeah.
Had to play before. So 25.
25 damage. Okay. He is still up.
Not for long.
He doesn't want to be. At this point, he does not want to be. So 3 more darts just smash into his arm. His shield arm is kind of drooping a little bit, but he's still got that furious look on his face as Helga goes.
Yeah, I use my boom fist. That is a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit. He'll bring up his shield as his reaction, or his drooping shield arm.
Dangling shield arm.
And block it for the extra 3, so go ahead with your next attack.
Attack again. With the fist.
That's better.
27.
27, that will hit, yes.
14. Adding in my genie.
Okay, still up.
Yeah,
Inverse
I
ninja
hold
lock.
on
Yeah,
to a long
he's
time.
definitely taking us all on just on his own, right?
It's inspiring.
You've got gumption, kid.
Yeah.
Well done. I will give
And
you
now-
a quick death.
Zamot.
5, 10.
Where did the lights go?
Wait, now you're in my darkness, so... Oh, sorry, Tori, you're in my darkness.
What is happening?
Mr. Ogre.
I'll
I
move
think
out
you've been a
after.
party long enough that you know what's happening.
I don't feel so good.
That's a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
For 25 damage.
25 will kill it.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Yep. So you just come in and slice it, and as you slice it, you dismiss your darkness so that the entire crowd sees as he is split in two and falls over, and they just roar, and everybody starts cheering, and even Corey's like, "Good, you guys did it! That's amazing!" And Ogma raises his hands, and the crowd goes silent, and he points at Gabriella and at Zamot, and he says, "Congratulations, you have my favor." Gain inspiration, both of you.
Alright.
Basically, there are certain triggers that I've set up that earn you favor over the course of this. If something truly incredible happens, there's a couple other things like crits and killing blows and everything. So at the end of that round, you both had 5 favor. Tori had 3. And actually, the rest of you had 3. So the highest of you will get inspiration at the end of each fight in order to carry it on over to the next
I thought
one.
I started at negative
Cool.
favor.
And the herald says, "Okay, we're gonna reset the battlefield. Go ahead and take an hour. There's some sandwiches just over on the dais. Please feel free. All donated by Arby's. So if you don't like that, sorry.
I hope they have my favorite charcuterie board.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and get the next fight set up." Welcome back. Everybody has taken a short rest. In that time, Helga has used her mage armor at will because of her warlock 2nd level and regained her 20 temporary HP. I believe you spent a spell slot to recover sorcery points. Is that
Yes.
right?
Recovered
And what about...
I will be using Inspiring Leader as well.
I just got my 1 spell slot back that I used for darkness.
Everybody gets those 18.
And if anyone used hit dice during that period, I did use my Song of Rest.
Okay, perfect.
I think you were the only one
I
that took
also
damage.
cast armor back with this again.
Of course.
Like actual damage.
I'll be in the corner
as
being
the short
like,
rest
"Did you-"
ends. That deathly
you
chill
not
comes
heal the
around
full?
you again and
I
hardens
will
it
be.
to...
Do we create a
Okay.
drum circle?
Oh, you do.
That's how we get
Drum
our
circle in the
notepad.
park.
And then Ogma nods to the herald, who turns around and says, "The great Ogma thanks you for your participation in the first round. You have pleased him greatly. Now it is time for everyone's favorite round. That's right, you picked my lovely audience." And the crowd cheers and roars because they know what's coming. The fan favorites back again from a desolate world in which they only exist, cloning themselves over and over as the only source of perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the eyes of Zormoth! And the sides of the arena kind of ripple, and 2 beholders that look exactly the same come, one from each side. And we're going to go ahead and roll initiative for this fan choice
Evil
round.
twins versus good
That's
twins.
right. Well, I'm kind of evil.
Are they...
Where do you want to acquire there?
Intelligent?
On the other side of the building.
Where?
Yep. They are indeed intelligent. And in fact, as they come out, one of them goes, "Are you ready, brother?" And the other one goes, "Oh yes, brother, I am ready." And
You are not prepared.
No, you guys aren't. You might be, actually. Gabriella,
it
what was
strikes
your
me
initiative
that having known that we were going to be facing these, we probably should have like gone to lunch one day and like strategized. Because I'm looking at this going, I don't know how we're going to deal with this.
We're going to
Why
kill,
didn't
we're
I
gonna
prepare
kill
for
them.
this? Yes,
Plan
we
of
are gonna
attack.
Kill him to the
Attack.
dead.
Okay.
You have a plan. It's attack.
Yep.
Gabriella, what was your...
16.
16. Okay. Helga, what was your initiative?
Yeah, it was 4.
4. Oof. Big oof. Zamat, what was your initiative this time around?
17.
17. Tomax.
5.
And Taserface. I rolled a
12.
12. Perfect. Okay. All right. First up is Zamat. As these things come out, basically the Ogma changes the field again, and you see that it kind of forms this ruined village, at least part of it. So these buildings are completely blocking line of sight, and then this building right here will provide half cover if you're on one side of it or the other, compared to the beholders themselves.
Okay, I'm going to just move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
I'm going to bonus action. What's the range on my Hexblade's Curse? Hexblade's Curse, sorry, 30 feet. Okay, so I'm going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse on him, and then move.
He chuckles. What is this pitiful magic?
And then move 25, 30 back. So I'm behind the house. And for an action, then I will cast darkness. You guys are too close to me. Can I go inside that building?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
does the roof come off?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I will go 5 feet inside this building.
Okay.
And cast darkness.
Okay.
So
perfect.
nobody is within my darkness right now.
That house kind of gets
The house is covered in dark.
Once again, Zamat sees the fight and runs into hiding until the darkness can take
One
hold
side
of
of the house is like.
I just didn't want. Well, I would be okay if Mr. Rogers were, but I didn't want Tori to be. in it,
Gabriella, it is your turn.
I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, blow it up, dude.
6. And since that's 15 away,
Yes.
I'm going to use a superiority die.
Oh, sorry. I need to pause you. After your turn, that beholder is going to take a legendary action and shoot a random eye ray.
Okay.
And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then,
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. A random eye ray. Okay. So it has to be random. So 3. Basically, one of the eyes whips around, and a kind of a beam of gray light hits you. I need you to make me a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 20.
20.
Nice.
Okay. You are
21, actually. Even better.
Okay. So it hits you, and you kind of stumble back. You barely duck out of the way. It's a dexterity saving throw. So, and the ground behind you just turns to stone.
Whoa.
Petrification.
So that is, we'll call that one just Beholder 2.
Okay.
Whoa.
Petrificus totalis.
Watch out for the stone eye!
Yeah. That's what he said.
The hellhounds hunger.
So while Gabriella, you take your turn, I will go ahead and let the hellhound out.
So I'm going to run up, superiority die as bonus action to cast the net.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's 19.
A 19 will hit.
Okay.
So you throw this net over, all of the eyes kind of start like getting tangled in it.
I feel like this whole fight depends on
This
this.
moment?
Yeah. There.
Seriously.
And I just go,
Seriously.
look at all those floating targets.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to do an attack action and take the sharpshooter -5.
Okay.
21.
21 will hit.
And as part of the action, I'm going to favor that foe.
Yeah, so favorite foe.
Okay.
So you get to add D4.
Solid.
So this is just one time, though.
Okay.
24 damage.
24. If he's gonna do that, I gotta bring the Hellhound in.
Second attack.
Oh, use your.
Was that?
You've got inspiration.
Inspiration.
Was that 3 ones?
No.
Oh.
It's 2 1s and 6.
Oh my gosh!
We have angered the
Inspiration
gods.
to reroll one of these. Okay, 18. That's a little better. Plus 13 minus 5.
Plus 8, so yeah,
26.
26 will hit.
Oh wait, I don't get the second. I don't get the D4 because favorite only happens for the first thing.
So it's 18.
Yep, 18 plus
18.
3, 21.
21 damage.
Mm-hmm.
2 damage for the net. Technically you don't add the combat maneuver because it requires a damage roll, but thrown weapon proficiency said you add +2 to the damage on any weapon attack, not damage roll. So that's an extra 2 damage from the net itself because the stocks kind of bang together a little bit.
My eyes. 2 eyes. Oh.
They kiss.
So that's 23.
23 will hit.
So I'll just do regular attack. 4.
Plus
Plus
18.
18. 22.
22. Okay.
And then action surge.
Action surge.
Was that your third attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
27.
27 will hit.
19 damage.
19.
26.
26 will hit.
And that's 20 damage.
20. Okay.
And last attack. 27 again.
27 will hit.
For 22 damage.
22.
I should have tracked all that. How much that was per round.
So
probably about 120 damage. No. Yeah, about 120 damage.
So the beholder is not dead.
How many eye stalks did I bury those into? 'Cause that's what I was
You did,
aiming
but none in
for.
the eyes themselves. Like,
Oh, just
it,
the stock.
it is. It's like Thor throwing his hammer and having it just repel back to him. It's just dart after dart after dart after dart. Yeah. The beholder definitely lets out a good roar, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say he's going to use another legendary action. And instead of randomly targeting, I think it's safe to say that he would want to target with this attack. So
Yeah,
let me
probably.
roll random ray. Ooh. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Good. Does he? He's in the net. Does he have any like disadvantages?
No, if it were an attack roll,
Okay.
yes. But
But it's
this
a
is not.
legendary.
10.
So you fail your save.
I will reduce the damage with a.
Actually, no. I have a. Hold on. I have a feature, or
maneuver.
No, fighters get their.
Oh, they can make
What's it
their
called?
Indomitable.
Indomitable.
So I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay, re-roll that.
I only get it once per long rest, but
Might be worth.
I think it's worth 22.
22 does hit. Yeah,
Nice.
so
That's
you
safe.
duck under the ray, and it hits right into the crowd, and you see as it goes up a line of orcs, and all of the orcs just turn to dust, and all that's left is their bones.
Nice.
It was not the disintegration ray, actually. It was the death ray.
Oh no!
I
Then-
don't want to fight these guys anymore. My character's like, we got this.
Well, we need to kill him then.
Max.
We gotta kill him.
Taserface.
Take courage, little one. And you're probably taller than I am. Don't worry, these large-eyed creatures. I'm going to use my action to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality myself.
Okay.
And that's at the 3rd level. So that's concentration. And for my bonus action, I am going to give you advantage with my Bardic Inspiration.
Probably give it to somebody else. Oh, Bardic Inspiration you said?
give me
Okay,
Bardic
sorry.
Inspiration.
I already said advantage, so I was like,
No,
if you
Bardic
can do
Inspiration.
that, somehow I'll give it to somebody else.
You saw what we did last time, and I am full of the most wonderful things from that charcuterie board.
Jesus, you've never.
There was
heard
lots of shark charcuterie board.
It's a charcuterie board.
Yeah, it was a shark that they had cut in half and put a bunch of sushi on.
It was really good.
Some crackers.
Anything else that you're doing?
I am not.
Okay.
Actually, no, yes, I am. I am moving. I am going to.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to try and take half cover in here.
All right.
So I can still.
Yeah, that'll give you bonuses to your saving
Well,
throws.
that beholder will spend his third legendary action at the end of your turn, and he is going to. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, and reroll on 4 because he's not going to try and do the half cover. So 1, 2, 3. You're not anything.
You're not being targeted.
Lower your hand.
So
3.
You're not anything.
So again, you're not anything.
Not anything.
So again, as he's just
I rolled a 2.
he's just completely focused on you.
Case in point.
I need you to
DM's cutting words.
a DC 16 again, Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
That's better for you, Brian. Unless you roll like that.
Crit fail! Oh wait.
I am going to if he fails and he takes damage, I want to reduce the damage.
Okay.
With my cutting words.
He was gonna take damage anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
It is me we're talking about. Cursed.
So take 46 necrotic damage.
Good thing you didn't have a.
And then
Okay,
would
so
you like
it's
to
gonna be
concentration
it'll be
save up.
-10, and I'm gonna call out to him, and I'll say, "Oi, you're like a caltrip. If you fell down, you take more damage."
And that's 1 bardic inspiration. That's a D10, and he reduced that damage by
3.
So that
So that burns through my 18 temps.
that burns through your 18 temps.
And I get 25.
and that's my reaction for the turn or the round.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Well, then it is that beholder's turn. So he regains all of his legendary actions.
And all of his hit points.
This isn't even my final form.
And then he is going to do. He's going to do a ray on you, and you. 1 on each of you. The eye stalks are just coming out of the net holes now, and we're going to do.
Should have used a parachute.
First, Helga is going to roll me a Constitution saving throw. What'd you roll?
13.
That is a failure. You will take 50 necrotic damage. This might not be a long episode after all.
We'll see.
So
on if we
I
can take
believe
one
that
out.
burns
That's
through your ward.
Goodbye, ward.
And some of your
Okay.
armor.
And it burns through
And
your
all
armor.
of my armor.
much?
I got this as
50
well.
necrotic.
Does he take damage, or is it
So
just
that gives
melee
me
for?
then
10 damage.
10
I
damage.
think Armor of Agathis is only creatures within 5 feet of you that deal damage to you.
Yeah, it won't take damage on return.
Okay.
Only if it makes a melee attack against her.
Okay, and then we've got 1 attack against. We'll do against Tomax.
Okay.
And you will need to do a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yep.
22.
22. Okay, you make your save. Nothing happens. And then against Gabrielle, you will make me
Oh, we have advantage on concept.
a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Sweet.
14.
14. So that fails. So take 44 necrotic or force damage.
Time to bust out your heal spells.
Yep.
There's 2 of them.
Good?
Yep.
Still alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that is the
Not even
end.
bloody.
That is the end of his turn, and he does not activate his anti-magic cone.
By the way, the creature's attack
No.
rolls do have disadvantage.
He wasn't making an attack rolls. So. Yep, he was just making you roll saving throws. That's why beholders are great against nets. Okay, then it is Tomax. It is your turn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cast Twin Haste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorcery points.
Yeah, so I'll use my sorcery points for that. So I have 0 sorcery points right now. Okay, let me mark Haste.
Yeah, spell slot.
Do we want to team up on him, or should I start
Yes.
heading this way?
No, kill him.
Okay, so 5,
You can't escape non-focus
20,
fire,
25,
even in your own
30,
game.
25.
Go back one.
Oh yeah, because I'm a.
Because he's technically in that square right there.
Yeah.
And I'm
and you
and
have
I'm
reach.
reach. Okay, so I'm gonna hit him from there.
And
You
you
only
do
get
not
one
have...
attack because you're hasted. You used your
Right,
action
so I
to
just
cast haste,
get
but you get one extra attack.
which is just the one attack because it's not the attack action.
But it is with advantage because he's
Right.
netted and you're
so
in my
I'm
darkness.
gonna use Great Weapon Master, and take the -5 penalty.
Or -5.
So that is. So that is 17 to hit.
17.
You have Bardic Inspiration.
You do have Bardic Inspiration if you'd like to use it.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
That's 10. Or yeah.
Yep, that hits.
Okay.
That's the way you do it, lad.
26. Okay, 26.
So you have
20. And then that was with the +10 from the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take Eldritch Smite?
Mm-hmm. Let's burn
Use
the
it.
spell level.
As a note for the fans at home while we're waiting for these rolls, this is my first fight with beholders, and I am loving it. Oh my gosh!
Aren't they so much fun?
Battle Cam! I totally forgot. We are on Battle Cam. Oh no.
That's okay.
Alright, that's
The whole thing is ruined. We have to start over.
15 more damage.
15 more damage on that?
Yeah.
He is still alive.
Okay.
Do you have a bonus action, sir? Okay.
But if I'm hasted, I have more movement, right?
You do have
Then
more
I'm
movement.
GTFO.
Okay.
I'll go back here.
Don't worry, guys. I'll tank it.
So I run
He's
in
almost dead.
and then run away.
Yep. The beholder goes, "Brother, help me!" And he's like bleeding out of his mouth at this point. But he is going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn, and we're going to do a 50-50 chance, evens and odds, to see if he actually hits Helga or
Go for Helga.
Gabrielle. Actually, you know what?
You to die either.
On a critical success or a critical fail,
It's
he will try to
okay.
hit you. That's odds.
Wait, I don't know.
Yay.
If I should have
So,
It's okay. He can resurrect. He's got pockets full of diamonds.
do you have a?
And we got lots of superior health potions.
Yeah, that's true.
Bonus action pop up that.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity save. As again, that same
Unless he gets
stock that was trying to hit you.
15?
That does not hit. So you
That's
are
the
going
only-
to take
We don't have a way for that.
10 d10
Pure resurrection.
It's not. No, it's not my turn yet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm in the back. I'm like,
Hold on, let me
We have
think of
contingency
something witty
plans.
to say, and too late. Never mind.
55 necrotic damage.
Oh.
Does that put you at 0 HP?
Nope, I'm still.
You
Still alive.
That was the death ray again. And if you drop to 0 HP on the death ray, you die. There is no saving throws.
Wow.
So this thing just hits you full blast and you stumble back and you can just see like these black veins under the armor and everything, and then like Gabriella just like wipes their she just says,
With a dart.
yeah, with a dart.
You literally survived a death ray.
Yep.
That's impossible.
And a couple other.
blast
And a
death.
couple
And a
other.
couple
guys.
other.
Yes.
Holy
Right.
smokes.
Yes.
How many total? How many max hit points did you?
121, and then I had 18 temp as well.
That's right,
The
so
other
40.
beholder goes next, and he's going to fly 20 feet until he is on top of that house, basically.
Okay, I don't want to put up there. So.
Yeah, so he is on top of that house, 20 feet in the air,
Okay.
and he goes, get away from me, because they're clones. And he's going to do a triple death, or not triple death ray. If I could choose them, yes, but no, you can't. He's going to do 3 death rays, and we'll do one against you, one against you, and one against you, because he doesn't know who's hurting him. I mean, the one closest kind of seems like it, but you only got a dart. What the heck?
Yeah.
So we'll do the one against
Nets?
Helga
What do
first.
nets do? Nothing. Nothing. Not at all.
It's
Don't worry
like
about 'em.
the net's like this big, and all you do is throw it over the ice sock, and he's just like, "What?"
They're magic.
give me
They're
a
like
Constitution
they're like a
save,
little capsule.
please.
I throw them out and they just go. Psh.
It
like the
automatically
ball.
knows what
It's
size.
really heavy.
needs to be.
21.
21. Okay, you're only going to take half damage on this. 37 necrotic damage cut in half is
So 18.
Yep. 18. Better than 50.
I'll say.
Not
Okay,
bad.
and then we've got the attack on Taserface. Oh, gotta reroll that. Stop rolling that number. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
19.
And you make your save as he tries to charm you, but you just.
I'm sorry, sir. You're not my type.
Ogma chuckles. And then
Look me in the
against-
eye and try it again.
There's, give me a
Perhaps put the charm on. A little bit
wisdom
of
saving throw.
8.
You are frightened for 1 minute.
It's okay.
So
Get the banner out?
She didn't
I
take the
decided not to use
Oh,
it.
okay, never mind.
Well, you can't get closer to him,
But I'll
but
just
you can
steal
get
it,
closer
yeah.
to
Yep.
him.
And I get a turn every beginning of my turn. I can try and save against it, right?
Correct. Yep. At
Okay.
the end of each of your turns, you can try and save out of that as
Okay.
well.
That's all right. That's could
so-
be way worse.
It could be worse. Could be better. And then
Life is good. Could be bad.
but it could be better.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the beholder's turn, the restrained beholder is going to take a legendary action because it's at the end of another creature's turn, not another enemy creature's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. So you're gonna get advantage on this saving throw, which is a dexterity saving throw.
Or is it a plus
please.
2?
No, yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
you're
it's
right. It's a
plus
plus 2.
Plus
It's a
two,
plus
yeah.
2.
Plus 2 to my save. Okay, go.
Yep. 3. Yep, you'll succeed. So it'll only take half damage. It's 13 damage. 13 necrotic damage. And then it is Helga. Hi. How's it
Yeah.
been going?
Not so good.
I know, but it's your turn now.
Okay. Well.
So the one on the right, on my right, is again up on top of the roof. So if you want to try and climb up there, you can, or you can just go for collapsed on the ground.
I will
I think I can.
He's all right.
I can take
take
this
it.
beholder. I think. This
Gotta say-
thinking?
Your viewers are violent, putting you up against.
Yeah, seriously.
Shame. Okay, so I'm casting Armor of Agathis again upon myself.
Okay.
To give me. That'll bring back.
20 temporary HP.
But then
Just
2.
8
8
on the
to your ward.
on my ward. Okay,
Hey, your ward's back.
my ward.
And
Left
then, like, I don't know, can you climb up that building, I guess?
If you like, you can make a strength, dexterity, or a strength, or yeah, no, it would be
Athletics
strength,
or-
athletics check.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Acrobatics, something. I mean, you gotta move over here first, right?
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20.
And then you'll be able to climb. It's 10 feet to the roof, so you'll be able to get up onto the roof if you make this.
8.
No, so you start trying to climb and you just kind of like you slip on one of the window sills and it cracks and everything. These old ruins. So you're just on the ground right there. Okay.
Did you have any bonus actions?
Nope.
No bonus actions?
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that is my turn.
Okay. So the beholders are going to use a legendary action each.
Of course.
Maybe that would have been an argument for trying to take that other one out. This one
don't think-
is going to go. Okay. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh well. Hindsight.
Stop it.
He's like, no, it's time to play.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you can bonus action drink a healing potion. Tori's retconning.
Okay.
She's gonna drink a healing potion.
As a bonus
As a
action.
bonus action.
Perfect.
How much heals does it give me?
It's a superior.
I added them.
Yep. What was that, Scott?
Superior has
success.
8d4.
What was the total?
10d4 plus 20.
10d4.
That's
We're
supreme.
doing
We did
purple. We're
supremes.
doing supremes.
I
Yeah.
thought it was superior that was 5,000.
Yet another one.
We did
There's a difference
supremes.
between supremes and superiors.
Yeah, we did the
Core.
highest one you could get.
Sorry.
Supreme.
Thought we did supreme.
10d4
Plus 20.
plus 20.
Sorry.
35 necrotic damage.
And they added
47.
So that was not the death ray.
Okay.
So you just drop to the ground as they finally like hit you with enough rays that it causes you to collapse. So you will make death saving throws at the beginning of your turn, but you avoided both of the rays that would have immediately killed you. So not bad, not great, but you know whatever. That beholder is using his legendary action on you.
All right.
Because you are.
Is it Dex or Con?
It was Dex.
No, for
wait,
my death
Con.
saving throws.
Con. Did I say give me a dex saving throw?
Yeah.
I did mean a con saving throw. If that changes.
I mean, it's a 10. So.
It's a 10.
Because I roll a 1.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Critical fail, no matter what.
Well, critical fails don't count for
right.
saving throws technically.
Yep. Rules is written, right?
That's true.
But it literally does the same fear ray against you, so it's not going to do anything more. So you. Stupid eyes!
I'm scared.
I'm
already
scared.
Yep.
He forgot to put in his contacts.
That would suck.
Thanks for the Ogma chuckles. that's a favor point for Jordan. Back up to the top of the round. Zamat, how's it going in the house? It's a nice little house if you want to live there.
I could get comfortable here.
Loot the room.
5, 10, 15, 20. Well, just 15. Actually, I'm going to move up here so that I don't want you to be in my darkness because I think you're going to need to be able to see him in order to heal him. So
it's not really an attack, though, so...
But I have to...
Here.
Some of the spells say require sight, line of sight or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, were you... So you're in this square or this square?
No, I'm...
This square?
In that square, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't want you to be
No,
in
it just
my-
says
Isn't
one
that in
creature
there?
within
still
the
in
You're
there.
still in the darkness.
So
I don't have to see it.
You have to move right.
It's a verbal
Yep.
component.
Which probably is a good idea as well.
Yeah, if he turns towards me then.
Yep.
Anyway, and I'm going to try to finish this guy off. Now, I used my Hexblade Curse on him.
Okay.
Right, so that crits. 'Cause it's a 19.
But he's also netted still.
Right.
Even if I'm dead.
That's right. Okay, so 40 damage.
Okay, yeah, so the darkness comes around and you just lunge right into this thing's eye and spear right throughout the back.
Okay.
And the crowd like freezes and gasps as you kind of pull away in the darkness, and the darkness kind of roils a little bit and mellows down because Ogma wants people to see this.
Okay.
And then it just raises right back up and that beholder is dead.
Okay. Guess I should have saved my Hexblade's Curse, but that's okay. Actually, no, because that gave me the crit, so that was nice.
And the other one,
no,
the other one goes berserk. All the eye rays start blasting in random directions.
30.
You're hasted.
Right, exactly. So I only went 30, and I have 60 feet of move.
Segment of the
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
It's like Yu Yu Hakusho. Like by the end of that tournament,
10,
there's
15,
nobody
20,
left in the
25,
crowd.
30. So no, never mind. Well, no, because I don't want you to be in darkness. Okay, so I'm here. Actually, I'll go here, so Dallin's in my darkness.
Okay.
And then, gosh, bonus action. I mean,
Yes, he is.
there's really not a lot for me to do, unfortunately.
I think he wasn't painted.
I
It
didn't
was
take a lot of
only
good,
2 rounds
like,
before he was
bonus
gone.
action spells. I haven't lost any
Still
hit points. I don't
haven't
need
so
to
cool.
drink a healing potion or anything. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Gabriella, roll me a death saving throw, please.
Don't fail me now. 14.
14. That is 1 success.
Yes.
3, and you'll be stabilized. I think crit. You come back with 1 HP, or no? It just counts as 2.
Crit counts as 2.
Yeah, and then critical failure
stabilized.
Counts as 2 deaths.
3 deaths. Hey, perfect. Taserface, it is your turn.
Oh,
wait. I at the end of your turn, and then I at the end of your turn.
Okay.
He's got 2 more legendary actions, and it wouldn't be a fair fight if I didn't use them. So,
Okay.
we're gonna do an eye ray at Taserface because he cannot see either of the brothers, Zamat or Tomax. So give me a Constitution saving throw, Taserface, on this first one. You're literally the only target that he has, by the way. So it's fine.
20.
20 succeeds. He can't see Helga from his position on top of the roof.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget he's up on the roof.
And then the second one, I need a
Can we take that? Yeah, there you go.
a dexterity saving throw. 16.
A 10?
A 10? Okay. This gray stone ray hits you again. You are turned to stone and restrained.
Oh.
How do you unturn?
Well, he's
so
probably the only character who can unturn himself.
I don't know. You might have.
So at the beginning of your turn, or sorry, at the end of your next turn. So right now you're just restrained.
Okay.
You're still moving, trying to cast that last final spell before trying to shake off this, because you have 1 more saving throw, or else you're petrified. And the only thing that can restore you after a petrification is a greater restoration spell.
And let me ask this quick clarifying question.
Is that saving throw at the end or beginning of my turn?
End.
End of my turn.
Yep, end of your turn.
So
And take a drink while So you do have a turn to do something.
Fourth level cleric spell.
Pretty much, I think the only one that would have greater restoration is Taserface.
So you're the worst possible person to get that spell cast.
Rule number 1: take out the healer.
Okay, my turn?
Yes.
At the beginning of that, I'll be like, I'm feeling a little bit lethargic. You're turning the charm on me. I like you. And I'm going to use Greater Restoration.
Oh, okay.
One more time.
So you are just going to rate Greater Restoration to remove the effect.
Yeah, I'll.
Okay.
All the dust. Also, I use that, and then I'll use my bonus action to look over, and I'll kind of walk, and I'll get to you in a moment. And I'll kind of just gonna walk with bravado, and I'll say, "It's not your time yet." And I don't actually have to touch it. I'm just doing it because whatever.
Yeah, he's just
going on. It's like, I need you to please stand up. And I will use order.
Will the real Gabriella please stand up?
Will the real Gabriella please stand up? That's it. The Aura Vitality
2d6.
bonus action right here.
Oh, that's the Aura Vitality.
So that's 11 healing points.
Nice.
And I believe, that's plus 5.
Nope, she's still prone. So
that's right. Sorry.
That's plus 5 as well because I am a life cleric.
Plus 5.
And you get some
And then
back.
did I get that this level? I think is later.
So 16.
Oh, you're not high enough
I'll check.
cleric
Yeah, it's
levels.
just a level 1.
Do I have to?
I think
let's
that's
see,
like
how do I
level
get
3
out of
cleric
or something.
Yeah, how do I get out of
Yeah, that's
death
just
saves?
So it just adds to my heals.
Yeah, anyone know how to get out of death saves on?
Oh, just add
just
some,
do
add
all
some
three.
health and then it will do it.
I did.
Go just right there and add, and then do apply and it should get you out of
Oh,
death
correct.
saves.
Yeah, apply. That's right.
Cool. Then it is Tomax. It is your turn.
Okay, I'm scared I can't move close to it, so I'm gonna cast Shatter at it. 'Cause I
alright.
really can't do anything else. So, what?
Or the building.
Well, he's flying, so
Yeah,
that
I mean, I'm gonna just
He
cast
the building and is like,
that's
right.
what was that?
Sitting
it
on
would
top
be
of it.
cool though.
So it's a con save.
Blow the
Use your
building
warlock
away.
spell slots for it. I would, because they
Well,
reset no short rest.
Yeah. So yes, I'm gonna.
So he has to make a Constitution.
Well, then in that case, I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Why not?
Why
and
not?
Spin
Burn
one
the house
out,
down.
Burn the
Bring
house
it down
down.
to the ground
The
level.
house does catch on
And
fire.
that will be my second Warlock spell, which is fine. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
4th level. So
I don't
that's
mean to. Did
96.
he do his ice stock at the end of each turn? Right?
Yes. it should be.
He was out of legendary action.
So it
thank
is
you for reminding me.
a Dex of 18. I'm just gonna roll the damage. in
I
here, 'cause
assume-
I don't wanna...
He does
Are
not.
you
He
placing
casts it
so I'm
behind the
not
beholder.
getting
So
the-
Yes. No, I place it expertly. I've done this so many times.
Yeah, you guys are a well-oiled
It's like
machine.
back here. It burns the house and catches. Like it's cooking
Your
in.
your eyebrows kind of get a little.
There's
Oh,
definitely
Yeah.
Your metal eyebrows just
My
glow
eyebrows.
red a little bit.
there's definitely a family of gnolls that gets singed by it, and they all scramble away from the stands to the laughter. One of the ogres laughs and flicks one of them into the arena, and it just lands in the fire and starts burning up. 29
Rolled
damage.
kind of low,
Okay.
but it's not nothing.
This is Sakar.
And then I'm gonna try and save
we're
from my
on
fear.
Sakar.
So is that a wisdom
I
to
like
save from fear again?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a wisdom to save from fear.
Puny god.
20.
20. You are saved. You have no more fear of this thing that you have singed.
You're not scary. You're on fire.
And then it's his turn, and he's going to do an irate at you. And then he's going to
I'm
do
gonna
an
be afraid
irate
again.
at you. And
Wait, now he's in my darkness.
oh, that's
Can
right.
You see me?
So
Can you see him? I mean.
So in fact, what he's going to do is he's going to fly. So he is on the other side of Helga, still 20 feet up in the air.
So like over here.
Yep. So he's just like behind her.
Okay.
But he's still 20 feet up in the air. But now he's just like just so you'll have to stand on the edge of the house if you want to actually hit him. He's going to face at Zemot.
Okay.
And activate his anti-magic cone, so it hits
Oh,
you two.
shoot.
He
We
cannot
lose both.
hit you with his rays because
Sure.
you are in within the anti-magic cone,
Right.
but the darkness is no longer there. And he
And
goes,
haste.
I
Haste
see
is gone.
you.
And haste is gone.
Yep, haste is gone as well, which I believe gets rid of your next action, except for it's just suppressed.
It's just suppressed.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
so
wondering.
it can-
If it ends,
it
you
won't-
lose it. But
it won't. It's just a
Yeah, it's
suppression.
just it's if he looks a different way, it comes back.
And then I stock against Taserface, Helga, and Gabrielle.
Because why not?
But
You're
is it with
prone.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
If it were an attack roll,
That's
yes.
right, but it's not. It's
So,
saving
oh,
throws.
right. In fact, I don't even need that. Who needs that? So, against Helga, first here, I need you to make me the wonderful dexterity saving throw, please.
Come on, Helga.
14.
14 misses. So you're going to take...
I'm going to reduce the damage with cutting words. I'm going to look up at him and say,
Look around, big guy. It's incredible that you can bring such joy when you leave the room.
I'm going to be like, what?
He really does. Everybody's happier when the beholder's gone.
So what does that reduce it by? 3.
It's got the greatest
you
laser
take
light show
42
ever,
now.
though. Great for a party.
Just set it to some Led Zeppelin.
Oh, he is. Oh, wait, no, he's not next.
Toke up and just enjoy the show, man.
So that. Goodbye, Ward.
Goodbye, Ward. I think goodbye, Armor of Agathis.
Goodbye, Armor of Agathis, and that's 14 damage to me. Oops.
By the way, Taserface, Ogma chuckled again at your cutting words. He seems to be highly enjoying your humor. And it's entertaining. The next eye stock is coming your way. And that is, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
12.
12, you are frightened for 1 minute. And then, Gabriella, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
12.
12? You are restrained as you start cracking and turning to stone. What's your last word if you have one more word to say before you turn to stone?
It's a word I can't say on screen.
But at least you're alive.
In this realm, she yells it out, but it's a big bleep sound.
Yep.
So and the whole crowd.
Never have I heard such language.
Clarification question for the DM.
Yes.
This is not trying to make... my cutting words, if he is immune to being charmed, he is immune to my cutting words.
Thank you for the reminder.
So
He is not immune to being charmed. He cannot be knocked prone, though. Sorry,
He just floats upside down.
Okay. And that is his turn.
Just flying.
So
they're just a flying spaghetti monster.
Regains his
Big
legendary
meatball in the
actions,
center,
and then
Now that
Helga,
Pastafarian
it
makes
is
a
your
lot more
turn.
sense. That's the
Yeah.
He's still 20 feet up in the air.
Let's just throw a fireball at it.
Okay.
So that is a dex save.
So you launch it up, and it goes behind him, because obviously you don't want to hit yourself, and he goes, "Missed me!" And then it explodes behind him. He did not make his dexterity
How
saving
did someone
throw.
so dumb become the
Seriously.
master of their realm?
You know, when you clone over and over again, strange
It's like the
things
Daleks.
happen.
Exterminate.
Plus 5 damage.
So,
My genie.
how much?
So 34.
34. 34
Genie only works.
No,
on
just
attacks.
kidding. Forget about it.
29.
29.
How much damage does it not do?
Not do,
5.
It does not do
Not
5.
do 5, thank you. please don't make me mad. Please don't. And then, is that everything for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to use a legendary action to try and hit you with an eye ray.
Yeah.
So give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
19.
19. Okay. You managed to make it out of the charm ray. He's not that charming.
Surprisingly.
He's really not.
Surprisingly. Top of the round to Zamont.
He's 20 feet in the air.
20 feet in the air. I believe he will fall if he is paralyzed.
Okay. Then, let's see. I'm going to
Like jet
run...
air.
Let's see, I'm going to go 5, 10,
This is a bunch of
15,
farts that keep
20,
him up.
25, 30.
Okay.
So I'm outside of his cone, I'm
Yep.
assuming. So my darkness comes back up.
Because the cone is, for every square away from him, it basically doubles the length of the cone. So,
And
What's
then...
the total range of it?
150 feet.
Whoa.
and
So
then
It just hits the end of the arena in this case.
for my action,
There's
I'm
a bunch
going
of
to
people in the
cast...
crowd that are.
I'm going to cast...
It's also suppressing the wards around the arena as well.
I'm going to cast Hold Monster.
Everybody run!
Just go start beating on the wall.
Just do a cat
okay,
message.
cast,
Destroy the
so what does it
arena.
have to do?
Hold monster.
Okay.
He has to make a wisdom save. I hope they have low wisdom of 17.
He does not make his save.
He's paralyzed.
So he's paralyzed. He drops. Technically, it would be he would drop on his turn. I think is how it goes. And whatever.
Yeah.
He drops 20 feet and he'll take 2d6 damage.
Nice.
So he takes 9 damage.
Okay. And now, just so everybody knows, it's paralyzed, and on the end of, let's see, sorry, paralyzed with it. This has no effect on that. At the end of its turn, it can make another Wisdom saving throw. On success, the spell ends on the target. So he's paralyzed until the end of his turn, and maybe longer.
For review, for anybody watching that doesn't know what that means, paralyzed creature is incapacitated and cannot move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attack rolls against creature have advantage, and the attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
So automatic.
I just
crits.
wheeze out. It's net time.
No, you don't need to. You have advantage already.
I'm just saying he can't break out in the straight.
Automatically crit.
Net time.
Okay, so that was my action.
Let's a
I
lawn
feel
dart,
bad
remember?
because I want to stab him, but I think that was well worth my action.
Yes,
That was good.
Nope, that's it. I'm done. I just paralyze him.
So, no legendary action as we get to Gabriella's turn. You can't move, but you are technically still
Don't I have to,
movable.
I'm turning to stone, right?
Yes, at the end of your turn, you will have to make a saving throw because the beholder is paralyzed. Literally frozen, mouth agape on the ground. You will be able to just throw normal.
Like I said, I'm just going to be like dead arm, like,
Up in
Throw
the
a lawn
In
dart?
true lawn dart fashion.
Yep.
You're lobbing them.
So is that disadvantage?
Nope, just regular attack.
Oh, and I'm going to sharpshooter it.
The jerk-
She's going to try
The jerk
everything.
to jerk to jerk.
18.
18 will hit.
Automatic critical.
Because they're prone, huh?
Because they're paralyzed.
Yep.
So are we using that crit
Max,
roll or
yeah,
just max
damage and then roll an extra.
So that's 22 plus 10. So 32 damage.
32. Okay, that's your first attack.
Next one, even higher than that one.
Okay.
21.
Yes, that'll hit.
With an auto crit as
Yep.
well. So that's that'd be 22 again plus 9, so 31 damage.
31. Okay.
Oh.
Hmm?
Sorry. Wouldn't it be so like you automatically crit, so you're doing 18 plus 4 for the die, and then you just add a 4-sided die to that, wouldn't it? So it'd be 22 plus whatever you roll on the die.
Well, then we're rolling another one. Do you get just the dice, or do you get the dice plus your?
You don't get to add the
So
flat.
then take 8 away.
Okay.
On both of those.
Okay.
So 16 more.
Okay. 16 extra. Okay. Next attack. Third attack.
Even higher.
Okay.
Way higher. So so that's.
So just be
22.
Yeah, 22 plus
22
3d4.
plus the d4.
Plus another 4, so 26.
Nice.
Okay.
Best
and then-
lawn darts
So
ever.
yeah, so you just huck. And you hear as three darts hit this.
You know how in movies when they pin them to the ground with the darts, it's gonna be like tentacle.
Yep. And then I need you to make me a saving throw against petrification.
Please make it. I only have one more.
What? Dex con.
The Dex saving throw.
Okay.
Weird, but it is a Dex saving throw.
Against the petrify?
Yeah.
14.
Okay, you are turned to stone. So.
Well.
Yeah.
At
So
least
that
you got
last
some
dart,
attacks off.
you toss that last dart, you turn to stone, and then it just reappears in your hand because it's a restraining weapon. But Ogma is pleased.
Set me up in the town square, holding the lawn dart.
He still has another greater restoration.
Okay, taser face.
But maybe just wait until after the round is over. I think we can take it now.
Okay.
Oh, come on, we can take him.
You did well, Gabriella. I'm going to approach the creature, and I'm going to use my aura vitality, looking over at Helga, and I'll say, Helga, You're looking a little down. Let me bring a little solace to this fight for you. And Aura Vitality, it's going to be a total of 13 healing.
Plus 5?
Yeah.
No. It already added the plus 5, didn't it?
Nope.
Plus
Yeah,
plus
sorry.
5.
It is that. So 13 total. And then I'm going to look. I'm going to look him right in the eye, and I'm going to the big eye as he's kind of looking, and I'm like, growing up with such pitiful packages, has skewed what you consider an effective weapon. And that's my my vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Wisdom save 20.
I believe because he is paralyzed. Is it?
It might only be on like strength and dex.
I think it's strength and dex only. Yeah.
Paralyzed. Strength and dex specifically. Yes.
Okay. So he will make
11 psychic damage if he fails.
He did fail.
And his next attack is with disadvantage.
Okay.
If he can make,
If he can make an attack, he will.
And I'll be like, oh, don't worry, Gabriella, I won't let the birds poop on you.
There are already several vultures on Gabrielle.
Too bad. Unfortunately, they can't break.
Yeah, they're just
stone.
like they're just like pecking.
And I want to actually be on this side. Away from my dirt.
One of them swallows it and then it just appears right back again. Tomax, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm not scared anymore. 5, 10, 15.
You mean that because of the fear, not just because of
yeah.
2 beholders, right?
Well, both.
Yeah. Okay.
I was afraid, so I can't walk towards him.
Oh.
So your haste comes back on. And
and I
you're,
moved. Yep.
Yeah, the anti-magic cone is gone
Right.
when he's petrified. Okay.
So I'm attacking 3 times and a bonus action attack. Alright, so.
and every hit automatically crits.
So, okay, so that's.
Succeeded on me. I got
20?
That'll hit.
Okay. So. 35 damage on that
Okay,
one.
you just spin the glaive and boom right into the eye.
Yes.
Yep. And the thing kind of shakes a lited and then it just falls.
This isn't the last
tentacles.
you've seen of me.
Yeah. There are more Zarmoths. And as you kill it, the crowd is just completely silent. And
now I'm
the
scared.
herald goes.
Yeah.
It's just a moment, and
We have to fight the
everybody's
entire
like
arena
looking
at this
around. They're
point.
all looking at Ogma like, "What do we do? Nobody's defeated the Eyes of Zarmoth before." And he just goes, "Boom, boom, 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 boom," and stands up and he goes, well fought indeed. You will be worthy foes when we invade your world, but you are not done yet. But first, favor." So Taserface gets favor for this. That was a little bit less of a favor round. Mostly you guys were taking the damage. But you did it. You defeated the worst that Kobe's followers can throw at you.
Now you can tear us apart in the comments and let us know what you did.
You guys, this is so awesome. I feel like a dad at a soccer game, and like I have 5 children, and like they're all winning, they're all scoring goals. I'm like, oh, I'm so proud.
And then there's the one kid that's standing in the corner,
no way,
picking flowers.
He's got his shirt over his head.
Occasionally kicks a soccer ball, but it goes right to the net every time.
You did 120 damage to that thing before you went down, and then another like 60 to that one too. I mean, like, come on.
From the ground.
Yeah, lawn darts.
But it was a hard-fought fight. You guys are really low on HP. One of you is petrified. So Ogma will give you 1 hour for a final short rest. Okay. Again, the charcuterie board comes out, and the buildings just kind of turn to sand and melt away. And we're going to have 1 more fight. We're only going to do 3, just for time's sake, just because otherwise this thing's going to be 4 hours. And while I know that some of you want to watch that, maybe you'll have to get to 20K before the next issue. So go ahead and we'll take a short rest. You guys can do the Song of Rest. It will give you extra stuff.
Greater Restoration.
You're going to do Greater Restoration to get you back up. You can re-up that mage armor abjuration.
Yeah.
And we will see everybody in just a moment. And we're back. All right. you guys have made it through 2 rounds of Ogma's Gauntlet, and he decides that it's time for you to face his champion. So the herald gets up and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to put your hands together and rhythmically clap for me as we announce our next competitor. He's the champion, the one you all know and love, the leader of the Gruul themselves from Ravnica, Boryagamos." And everybody just like starts cheering and chanting, but nothing happens for a few moments, and everybody kind of quiets down. And then the doors on this side of the arena just get destroyed as this giant Cyclops steps out, and he's got these 2 cages on his shoulder. And you can see inside there are these rabid griffins that are clawing at the cages, and he just rips the doors open and lets them go, and then tosses the cage up into the air. It flies out of the arena, and he just cheers, and everybody just cheers along with him. Except for you guys who are going to roll me initiative.
Not cheering.
We just go,
Boo! Some of us might cry.
So, and for those of you who are questioning, wait, I thought you said that there were only Monster Manual monsters in this. This is a official D&D monster. He is from the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. He's a 3x3, by the way, so just...
okay.
Yep. And he is the leader of the Gruul clan, which is a clan of basically barbarian centaurs, orcs, everything that come together. Sort of like Ogma is, but for some reason he's working for Ogma, or at least he's trapped here too. And he says,
"Fly, my pretties, destroy these people so that I might be free."
So I need initiatives. We're going to start with Zamont.
Hey, see if he'll join our calls, and we'll take out Ogma.
Yeah. We want to get out of here too.
I got a 12.
Just go grab the beholder head and like
Taser face.
I got a 9.
If you would have fought the Gorgon, maybe. But
Yeah.
Tomax.
13.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We are
Helga.
4.
Oh, I didn't have to change yours at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Helga
Oh, no.
is not
If I
rolling
were
so-
Gabrielle, I would have jarted myself.
Darted.
You jarted yourself.
So we are going to mark the griffins.
What did you get?
One with
4.
You rolled 5. Blue and one with red. And the red griffin is going to go first. Actually,
We're all bunched up. We need to separate.
and he can fly 80 feet. Can we get to you guys?
I thought you were talking about the Cyclops. I was like, what?
That Cyclops I can fly.
75, 80. If
Okay.
you can go diagonal, almost. Not
Get
quite.
to that line.
He's like
whatever.
10 feet
So
away.
instead, what he's going to do is he's going to fly up as he's going. So he's kind of circling overhead, ready to come down.
So
he's
where's it gonna
he's
be?
right about there, and he's about 60 feet in the air.
Okay.
So I'll mark that down just so that I remember it.
So if you go by tens, by the way, here, he's 60 feet.
60 feet in the air. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, and then it is Tomax. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to twin haste on us. So I'll spend 3. So down
Ogma cracks open a cold one.
and spend the spell slot for that.
Oh, of course, from one of the worlds he has conquered.
Yes.
Right, yes.
This is from Milix. It is a planet completely full of mills, and it is a nice bitter stout. Anything else from Tomax?
Nope.
So again, you just snap out your hand to your brother in arms.
Is this supposed to
and
be
then
switched?
zip
They have disintegration great.
Yes.
in their beaks.
In the beak.
Gabriella, it is your turn actually.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just move up. Well, no, he can already get to me there. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can go, because it's 60 for the dart range.
Uh-huh.
And with the 1x1 battlefield, diagonal
Yep.
is the same as straight underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and toss Hunter's Mark. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack Sharpshooter.
Balcam.
Nice.
One day I'll get this.
18.
18 will hit.
Nice.
18 plus 8, 24, 26.
26. Math.
Second attack, 23.
That'll hit.
27.
Okay.
Nice.
Keep it going.
Last attack. So if I can go to the negatives, then it'd be 12. If not 13.
I think technically you can't go in the negative.
Okay, so it'd be 12.
That hits.
Okay.
I don't know.
25.
So this griffin menacingly is rising into the air, and you're just like, whatever.
I'm going to clip its wings.
Yep.
Nice.
Clip with the wings the first two. Second one goes up through its beak as it cries out, and that one's gone.
Woo! Ooh, all right.
Remind me, the it's sand still right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So it does fall to the battlefield.
Well, now I ran the wrong way. That's
The next up
Just
is
to be
the
safe.
blue griffin, who is going to only move 40 feet and 60 feet up in the air.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Does it want to go diagonal at all? Or
Yeah,
just...
it's basically it's going diagonal up in the air. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, do you want it to move more to the center? Or?
So
how high is
actually, I
it?
think
40
it's
up?
only actually it'll go full 60. It'll use the last 60 bit of its movement. So
I'm going to take 2 darts out and I'm going to go.
Got you. I got you.
Perfect. Taserface, it's your turn.
I will take my Aura Vitality at the 3rd level. And I believe that's my last 3rd level. So, and then for my bonus action, I will, I guess, look at
Zaymot.
Zaymot. And I'll say, "Oh, you there, the one with the pointy stick. I think that you're gonna do great. Just remember, don't get smashed by his feet. And that over there, afterwards, we can have some divine chicken. Have you ever had one of those?"
Actually, I've never had griffin before.
I'll show you my recipe. It's got a little bit of spice to it.
You can add it to the charcuterie board.
We'll add it to the charcuterie. I'm already ready for this. That's my part of inspiration.
It's great with Bellavitano, I hear.
Yep. That is my last. No, because we had a short rest. And I did not hit my short rest.
Okay. It is before you go, boss.
Oh, and I am going to use my move.
He can move 40 feet, so he's going to spend his move and his charge, or his dash, to move 80.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Then he just comes barreling
He's
down.
3x3.
Oh.
That's a little disc.
And he just comes up and he goes,
So these are the puny ones who think they can challenge me.
and yeah, let's find out what happens, puny ones. Zamat, it is your turn.
All right.
He is 20 feet high, by the way.
20 feet high. Okay.
Yep.
So I will, well, I'm going to cast Darkness on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to skirt around here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I don't know why I went the long way, but just because I wanted to use my movement. You're not within 15 feet of me, are you, Scott?
Nope.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to use Hexblade's Curse on him.
Yes.
And that's it.
And he's going to take a legendary action here.
Okay.
He's going to turn around and he says,
Don't think that just because I can't see you, I can't feel you.
and he's going to bring his axe down on you.
Okay.
It is not at disadvantage because he has tremor sense.
Okay. So
And
get rid of that darkness.
that was close to a crit. Instead, it's just going to be a 32 to hit.
So much for my shield
Just a 32.
spell.
Where's Kevin Bacon when we need him?
Yeah, that hits.
Tremors. Yeah, I got it.
That is 31
I don't know how
bludgeoning
many
damage.
You have a fur
kids
baby.
you've gotten.
And I need
Maybe
you
I
to
do have a kid somewhere. I don't know.
Sorry, guys. So 31 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please, as this basically slams you into the ground and tries to knock you prone.
All right. That is, oh boy, 10.
Moogly, moogly.
10. Yep, you are knocked prone.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yep. And then he just chuckles and turns back towards Helga and he says,
What about you?
Oh, let me see if I make my. It was how much damage? 31.
31.
So 15 for
15,
the
yeah.
concentration. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Not that darkness is doing much for you.
No.
Helga, it is your
Maybe
turn.
it'll help me against the griffin.
Yeah.
So you're 1 square away from him.
Oh, my turn.
Yes.
Hello.
She's like, what? How are you going to kill me?
I was daydreaming of C3PO. Alright.
Harold's like, that was my fault.
I
You know,
will
this
do
reminds me of
Booming Feast. 22 to hit.
22 to hit. Will hit.
For 13 plus Booming Blade, Booming Fist. It's another 8.
You need to move. You need to move forward 1, because you're 1 away from him.
Yeah, you
Yeah. Yeah, move me forward. So 21 plus 5 for Magini.
There you go. 26.
26 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. You bring all your attacks to me. Yeah.
And so disadvantage here, right?
Against anyone other than.
Against anyone
Tori.
other than.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Anything else you'd like to do? Do you have another attack?
Nope.
Oh, that's
I
right.
did not cast haste.
Well, then, at the end of your turn, he is going to make an attack
remember
against you. Using another legendary action, he is going to make a weapon attack against you.
Okay. Bring.
And he brings his hammer down, and it slams into your ward, and then he stumbles back because he critically failed. But he didn't. It's not going to do anything because he's a monstrous turn of stuff. Yet your ward managed to hold, and the entire crowd goes nuts at the fact that you were able to hold off a blow from before you.
Any and all spears in a 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
like
my sinew.
eight goblins holding spears, and all the spears just shatter from the force of the impact. And then it is, let's see, after Helga, back up to Tomax.
Okay, I'm just gonna go hit him. 5, 10, 15. Okay, I'm right there. Okay, just regular rolls here. Oof. 14.
A 14 will miss. No, it hits.
Oh, excellent.
Cool. He's a giant.
He's a giant.
He's a giant.
So I don't get the plus 10.
Oh, you didn't use Great Weapon?
No, because I'll miss, because I don't have triple
You don't have triple advantage.
You still have a lot to hit, though.
So that is...
I'm gonna throw a net on him. It's just gonna hang from him.
Hey, it still works.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
Because it's anything huge or bigger.
Yeah.
Doesn't get affected by it, which he unfortunately is
14.
huge.
14 damage?
I'd say take out the griffin. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was planning on
kill
doing.
the pups.
Yeah, I was gonna take out the griffin.
that is
You did
27 to hit.
27 will hit.
24.
24 damage.
And 3 attacks, right? Yep,
Yeah.
because I'm hasted. 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
For 19 damage, and then final butt attack is 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 7 damage. I should have done my great weapon.
So, yeah.
Then we've got Gabriella. Oh, wait, no, sorry. We have a legendary action. He's going to make one more attack against Helga.
Yay!
Because
I
otherwise...
realized just a few seconds ago you said my character's name, but
Yeah.
since this is the first time I've ever played this character, it's like right over my head.
So that is going to be a 21 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. Again, he just...
This ward annoys me.
Yeah, you annoy me.
Gabrielle, it is your turn.
I'm gonna
That was good. I'll have to remember that.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move my bonus action, put my hunter's mark.
Okay. Are you within 60 feet of it both ways?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's
okay.
so like I said, it diagonal
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah,
as the map goes. So there's
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
remember it's 12 squares.
Yep.
So it's good.
Yep.
Cool.
And I'm gonna go ahead and attack.
So Hunter's Mark and then triple attack.
Yep. With I'm gonna have sharpshooter on all of them.
Okay.
17.
17 will hit.
So that is a 24.
Okay. Next attack.
Double that
Okay.
for my roll.
That'll
So
hit.
25. 15.
15. Okay. Yep. Again, just.
Well, that was a 15.
Execute.
That was a 15 attack.
15 attack.
Yeah.
To hit.
To hit.
Yeah.
And then another 22.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
As I thought. As I predicted. Yes.
Well
So
done.
you definitely take that one out as well. Yes. You guys are able to take out that other griffin.
Well,
and
Scott really took out the griffin.
And Borio Moss lets out a roar of rage at you taking out his pets. He's like, I'll have to catch new ones! And
I go, catch these! And I'm going to action surge. Yeah. I'm going to start hurling darts at him.
Okay, perfect. I'm giving you inspiration. That was,
This is beautiful. Beautiful.
it's my right as a DM.
It doesn't matter.
So, one of the things I took for combat superiority is actually precision attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it on this.
Okay.
So I get
roll
to
an
add
extra D10.
No, it's actually is it D10 for a superiority die?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I believe
Cool.
it's D10. And you are doing sharpshooter.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing this. So I can add 7 to it, which cancels out the sharpshooter. So that puts me at 23.
23 will hit.
That's 20 damage.
20 damage.
Second attack. I'm gonna do another superiority die.
Okay.
I can keep doing that, right?
Yeah.
Each turn.
I think you have to
Up
declare
up to-
before you do the attack, or.
Well, I was planning on doing
Yeah,
it regardless.
yes.
So
Yep.
that's 21.
21 will hit.
Cool. For 21 damage.
Okay.
Superiority die again.
Okay.
15 plus 13, 28.
28. That will hit.
22 damage.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Anything else that you're doing?
Nope, that's it. That's all I can do.
Nope.
Literally all I can do.
Taserface.
Right, I'm
Right,
looking at
okay.
him. I will use my action to viciously mock him.
Preston, what did you say about vicious mockery again?
I'm going to viciously mock him.
Okay. And what was that that you said earlier about charmed?
If he is immune to being charmed, that for my cutting words.
That's for cutting
Let me
words.
see about vicious mockery.
Okay. Is it psychic damage?
It's a wisdom saving throw and it is psychic damage.
Okay. So he is immune to being charmed, just so you know.
Okay. So I won't be able to use my cutting words.
No, you won't be able to use your cutting words. But go ahead and what is the? It is a
DC 20 wisdom.
DC 20 wisdom, and I'll look at him and say, excuse me, I forgot your name already, but with that thick behind of yours, I swear your mother must have been a drider.
And he says, "Your taunts mean little to me." He's going to take half damage. He failed to save, but he is resistant to psychic damage.
Well, my little taunts are greater than...
What's the damage?
I got nothing. This is going to be 10, so I have 5.
5 damage.
But he still has disadvantage on his
And
next attack,
disadvantage
right?
on his next attack.
Alrighty.
Solid.
Disadvantage on the next attack. Perfect.
And for my bonus, I will... you haven't taken damage. I don't think you're within 30 feet right
I guess he has disadvantage anyway because Tori hit him with
you get closer, so I'll step a little closer.
Well, and-
so I can
Well,
drop.
now he's got disadvantage against Tori as well on the next attack.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my bonus action to use the Aura of Vitality on you. And that
Is the Aura of Vitality active? I thought it wasn't.
Yeah, he did his first.
Oh,
that was
that's
my
right.
First, my first turn was
First turn.
activated.
Okay,
That's
great.
my last 3rd level spell.
12?
But it's 12 healing.
Excellent. Thank you. Awesome. Wonderful.
Okay, that's it. And I'll use the last of my movement to step a little further away.
Okay. So it is his turn. And he says, "My name?
You wish to know my name? It's Boborgamas!
And he's going to do a multi-attack, which starts with a frightful presence. So I need everyone within 60 feet that he can see or hear him.
Everyone.
Which is
including the crowd.
Yep, the crowd, yes. They make a DC 17 wisdom saving throw or become frightened.
Okay.
Woo! 21!
Shoot.
It was 17.
Yes.
Yeah, I failed.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. 50, so you
Come
fail.
on. Even
I
worse. So
I fail.
Fail.
I got 17.
No.
I got 17.
Okay. You made your save.
Nice. I'm gonna
Oh, favored by the gods once per short rest. If you fail a saving throw, you can roll 2d4 and add it to it. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Let Let's see if that helps me. Yes, 2 4s. Okay, I succeed.
Okay, so it's just Helga and Taserface that can't. Okay, that don't. So you're just frightened by him for 1 minute. Everything that comes with that, and then he is going to make 2 attacks.
On attacks against him.
And yes, you have disadvantage. You can't move towards him. He's gonna turn around to his prone foe again because obviously your shield is just pissing him off, and he has disadvantage on attacks, but he also has advantage because you're prone. So he's just
it's a regular
I
attack.
begin to cutting words, and then he looks at me, and I go, "Oh, never mind."
Never mind. So the first
go,
attack is
you got a little squeak like
21.
Okay, I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay, so that slams. The maul slams down against you, and you bring up a magic shield that just blocks it and kind of sinks you into the sand a little bit. And then he's gonna rear his maul back, but then he's gonna bring his foot down and try and stomp on you.
Okay.
So hold on. Does he have reach with his foot? Stomp? Because he is
I'm 10
10
feet
feet
away.
away.
Oh, you're right. It's a stomp on you.
Yeah.
A backward stomp. He takes a step
Do it.
backwards.
Which is it was just disadvantage on the next attack, right? Not
next
the next
attack.
turn.
The next
Okay.
attack.
So that is a 33 to hit.
Oh my god.
That's just out of range of your shield, huh? Oh, you don't have haste anyway, so you're only at 25. Let's see.
But
Only at 25.
It's okay if he hits you. He'll take damage for doing
it's
it.
fine. Yeah, you hit me.
Okay, so you're going to do. You're going to take 18 bludgeoning damage as his foot comes down, and finally,
Still
My ward is still up.
your ward is all cracked and things.
Yeah.
He's just like, this damn magic.
And he takes
And he
20.
takes 25
Yeah.
cold
And
damage.
he takes 25 cold damage. Ah!
Frostbitten toes.
Yes. Ooh, your toesies are turning black.
Okay.
Allow me
go
to
ahead.
remove them.
Toesies or frozies?
Toesies are frosies.
Zamat, it is your turn.
All right, I stand.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop darkness.
Okay.
Since it's obviously not doing me any good, and cast as a bonus action, Spirit Shroud on myself at the 5th level. So this tells me that I get to do an extra 2d8 per hit. And also his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna make some attacks. So the first is a 20. Dirty 20.
Will hit.
So that's now going to be, where's my d8s? D8s. Okay. Nice. So, okay. 39 damage.
39. Okay.
Second attack is a 18 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
For 42.
42.
42.
Okay.
And third attack, because we're still hasted, right?
Mhm.
Ooh, that's not very good. Wait, 14.
14 will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
For 40 damage.
Would you like to describe killing before you come on?
Whoa! Slow down. It was like 2 turns.
So I'm just gonna take him out at the knee, right? And then as he's falling down, I'm just gonna jump up on his chest and just
slam it down and ride it down.
Drive it down right through his heart.
And the sand billows and the dust goes up.
The other way is I could throw darts and you almost like a ladder.
Yes.
I am an elf.
Yeah, and you can just.
And when the dust clears, Baborya Moss is dead. Like
There was a boom.
Gunshot, firework.
Yeah, gunshot or firework. And he's just lying on the ground, and the crowd just freezes for a moment, and then just cheers like, "Oh my God, that was the best fight ever!" Ah! And like they start throwing tomatoes, but in the good way, because they're monsters. They don't really have flowers, so they're throwing like tomatoes and garlic at you. You know everything, and then
Save some of that for the
Ogba
show.
raises his hand,
Yeah.
and the crowd goes silent. And he says, "Well done. You have bested my champion."
So, this is your reward. Join me in my grand crusade, and I promise you battle across 1,000 worlds.
I don't really know the personality of our party, but I think I would like to say yes.
I would look and say,
I mean, battle across 1,000 worlds sounds pretty cool to me.
I mean, I just don't want to have to fight these characters. Characters.
You're gonna invade an area with these guys.
I'm afraid that I still thirst for battle.
and I'm going to cast Mass Suggestion on the largest cluster of people near him and get them to attack him.
Okay. It hits the spell wards.
Damn it all. All right.
Do the rest of you agree?
I'll join you.
What's the alternative?
Wait, is there more charcuterie?
And he holds up his hand and purple flames start coming from it. And he says, "Death."
Well, in that case,
So my choices are
Before you
death.
say anything, the sand beneath you rumbles and begins to shake. And then Ogma stands up because nothing should be happening right now unless he says so. And a figure bursts from the sand. This giant purple tube lunges at Ogma and slams into him. Scott, would you just grab it just because we have it here? As a purple worm lunges up from the arena, and basically you see this large tunnel behind it as it slams into Ogma. The crowd goes crazy and people are grabbing weapons and being like, "What, is Ogma dead?" And you see a troop of Githyanki actually come out from the hole and they say, "Come with us, quick!"
I'm assuming if we want to live, so
Yes. I mean, you might not eventually,
Battle
but
across
for
thousands
now.
of worlds sounds kind of great.
The charcuterie!
And
Can I
worm.
I want to polymorph myself into an ape or something large enough to carry a griffin so we can have it with our shirt.
Perfect. Yep, you can do that. So you grab this griffin, you start dragging it with you. The Githyanki look a little confused, but whatever. They start backing up as, and you guys kind of turn around as you hear this "Roar" from the purple worm, and then the front of it just explodes as Ogma just destroys it, and he says, "Destroy them all!" And the wards on the arena fall, and these minions, all of these different members of the hordes of the monstrous begin streaming in, and you guys just book it. And we'll find out what happens to you guys later, perhaps.
I'm scooping
Bum,
up
bum,
tomatoes.
maybe once we get to 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000, 25K, who knows? We'll figure it out. But I think the important thing is, thank you. This is not everything that we're doing is not possible without your guys' support and love. So we appreciate you more than words can explain. More than any 1,000 GMs with 1,000 typewriters could ever come up with. So I guess as the only GM with a typewriter currently, we have two other. Oh no, you got a laptop in front of you. You got a tablet. Everybody, just thank you so much. It's really awesome. 10K is a huge milestone, and hopefully 20K will give you a little bit more taste of what these characters are capable of. Really quick before we leave, Colby, what do you think didn't work with these characters? What would you improve on as far as these encounters go and these characters go?
Besides our dice rolls. Yeah, roll that.
They felt really strong. Having maybe another character with backup, like healing opportunities. Mr. Rogers' character did have some heal spells, but nothing higher than 5th level.
No, like I couldn't help out with
greater
the turning into
restoration or anything like
stone.
that.
I had just a couple little.
I'm glad that I had
heals.
a turn because otherwise I was just like, oh crap.
And we were definitely like weaker to saving throw effects than armor class effects. Granted, most monsters that you'll fight in D&D, are making attacks against your armor class. But not all of them, obviously.
Yeah.
And so
that's also a little bit of a personal preference on my part, is it's easier to deal with melee characters and range characters.
Also, dealing with flying characters can be a challenge, no question.
Definitely.
I had flight, I had hold monster because I was thinking about that, but not everybody had great counters to that flying stuff. Other than that, I don't know. Gosh, I think I took 2 damage once you took away my temporary hit points. Or no, it was more like 13 damage. Yeah. Like the whole fight. I know you got pummeled pretty hard by the beholders.
I felt like
Tori was
get
like
back as good as I got.
unkillable. Having a really strong, dedicated support is awesome. And frankly, I don't know that we've ever fought, like we've never as a table like tried to optimize our characters this heavily, nor tried to like optimize our party either, right? And it's kind of like everybody play what you want, and
Quick,
oh crap,
fire.
we don't have anybody that can heal. Here, take a magic staff that has healing abilities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not saying obviously that like you have to do that and it's the only way to play. I think it's fun. I think it's been super fun to see like all of these characters like really shine and be super potent and valuable. In the role that they were designed for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, gosh, the Needler to me was like MVP, because even though like the sustained damage might not be quite as high as the Hex Blades,
a ton of damage.
The burst and the range, and the utility and stuff that you can bring too with like your maneuvers and all that kind of stuff is just, that was, especially in the Beholder fight and here too, taking out the Griffins. I mean, that was it was just. It was cool.
If you're ever looking for a good backstory for the Needler, disgruntled acupuncturist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
From my
That's what I should
perspective,
have called
the most frustrating
title of the episode.
The most frustrating character was the wizard tank, the abjuration.
Yeah, she was nice.
I threw everything at you. That Borgia Moss has a plus 13 to hit.
Yeah.
And I couldn't touch you.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
You hit her once.
Yep. So if you're looking for a tank that really pisses off your GM, we'll recommend 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yep. But yeah, so thank you, Colby.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you want, you can add a preamble at the end of this.
I might.
You might. And then we might do like a slide into my DMs if we want to talk about an after action report of it too.
Post-mortem.
We can do that, yeah. But until then, thank you so much to Colby for running the channel. Thank you so much for the viewers. Thank you to the other DMs for letting me take the reins this time and just being awesome and playing great characters. Thank you to Scott, also playing great characters, setting all of this up,
being
our tech
host.
guy indeed. This is not the last you've seen of the Red Room. We're going to be playing our campaign here and everything.
3 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks?
It
That's
depends.
murder
It
backwards.
depends on.
Red
I mean,
Room.
depending on when this video comes out,
Right, true.
and depending on how other things go. But yes, we should be starting the new campaign recording soon, and you'll be able to see. We'll be releasing more information on that. In fact, we may have a DMs about that as well, where I just reveal the world if we want to do that, or I could just talk about it myself and we can post it.
Sure.
We'll figure it out. Until then, Ogma wishes you good luck, and he'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.